Coverage of the 2023 Hills Football League season. Jeff is on the Call to Wild team with you at Wood Tech Blackwood Oval for the Round 7 Division 1 A-grade clash between Blackwood and the visiting Onka Valley Bulldogs. As usual, helping to bring you the 5 of Hills Football. Great to welcome Benny Golfich. Good afternoon, Benny.
Pistols, great to be here. Very much looking forward to this contest today, but I've got to make way very shortly. Pistols, we've got the president of Blackwood who's going to join us. So, yes, very much looking forward to this chat. Dave Richardson is going to join us very, very shortly, so don't go anywhere. I've got some stats too from Dayton coming up pre-game as well.
Fantastic, and of course, Catman, who's greatest export in our producer Celestius here, and our cameraman James Davis is also part of this afternoon's community football coverage. And of course, once again, a big thanks to our Call to Wild Stream media supporters, Film and Footy, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, and HFS sponsors. Please credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End Sports Power, Sharon, the Courier newspaper, Roster Homes, Think Road Safety, and the Sports Centre. Of course, the very valuable match day sponsors for the respective clubs today for the Blackwood Football Club celebrations in Blackwood. And of course, a major sponsor for over 40 years, of course, Cattle Crash and Eden Wood Auto. And of course, the venue naming rights sponsoring Wood Tech. And for Onka Valley Footy Club, Closey Supermarkets, Oakback Hotel, and Resource Co. And as always, we thank all those businesses for their support of community football here in the Adelaide Hills. Now, as Vinny said, important game coming up, and in the prequel to that, we're very honoured to be able to chat with the erstwhile president out here. A good man, a good bloke, very good footballer back in his time, I'll tell him that. But Dave Richardson is joining us here. Rico, welcome. Good to see you got your makeup done too, so we're live on camera here. So
100%, mate.
You're probably seeing the monitor. So,
yes.
Welcome, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks for hosting us.
That's all right. Thanks for coming up. Good to see you.
You've just raced across from the, just give us a rundown, the Axman's lunch.
Yeah, one of our major sponsors, the Axman, the Old Boys of Footy Club. They get together once, probably a month, up here. So every sort of third home game. And raised some good money, obviously. And we just had Darryl Harper, the ex-Test cricketer umpire, that came along and had a speech. So he used to play for the Cairo Ramblers, which is down the hill at Weymouth Oval there.
Yes.
So he came up and had a talk with him. He knows a lot of lads here, so it's been really good.
What's the cost of being an Axman?
$110 for your membership per year. And that gets you into the game, obviously for home games, and then they get full members' rights. Every home game? Oh, no. Yeah, they get full members' rights. Plus, they help put stuff in the club, build things, and chip in.
What's the current membership of the numbers of the Axman's group?
At the moment, I think there's about 90. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
footy club.
Correct. Yeah. So we had I don't know, there were probably 6 or 8 tables in there with 10 of them. So
fantastic.
probably 60 or 70.
Do you remember taking it?
I haven't joined yet. I have, yeah, that's right. So I haven't joined yet.
Can't wear so many hats.
No, that's right. Plus, I'm not old enough yet. So, you got to be an age. They're all talking 60.
I think Godgy sets the bar.
Yeah, there's late 60s, early 70s in there, so I'm not quite at that stage yet. So.
Now, David,
yes.
as a second year as president, learning curve, obviously first year, a lot of things to build upon.
Yeah.
How'd you find
it? It took on because it was the fact that Chris Winchester, previous president, had 4 years. Seems to be a 4-year stint up here, whether that's an old thing or not, I don't know. But anyway, he was saying that he felt he could go on longer than that, and he thought I was a good candidate, so put my name forward, and I was interested in it.
You had been vice president, hadn't you?
Not here, no. I was on the committee, but it wasn't a vice. But I was probably ready to step in, which it made sense for the transition. So, yeah.
As a lot of you, obviously you've had a long association with the club as a player. Has it enlightened you to how the running of a football club and what's got to be done behind the scenes, and a lot of things that people don't just take for granted have to be put into motion?
100%. Yeah, that's been the biggest thing. I think the administration side of things is a hell of a lot different to the football side of things. But I think as a football person, we are judged by what happens out of the footy field. And I think by myself having that knowledge of that, it helps with the rest of the club understanding where our focus is as part of what we do here at Blackwood. So I'm sure our other footy club is similar. The club runs itself pretty well with all the sponsorship and the canteen and the bar and all that sort of stuff. We have people in place to manage all that. We've got a very good committee, very driven committee to get everything in order. But overall, we judge it here we do on a Saturday afternoon.
Got to give you credit. You've done it on the playing side of things. Also, umpiring. You're still active as umpire.
Yeah, I do the juniors. Yeah, do the kids. Yeah, I think it just keeps me in the game and understand what goes on, and knowing Mick obviously had his reign for a long time here. Mick Taylor, and then Corey's taken over. He's actually a local lad from here. SNFL umpire. Had a lot of
Tonkin, of course.
Billy Tonkin. Yeah, he's about by the A's as well. Yeah, so I think there's been that little bit of I don't know, but it just helps to know that you know the people, and if I can provide a bit of service to the footy game. And
I think that perhaps after you've done your administrative duties here, about enough of president, you would go back and umpiring again?
Potentially. I mean, I'm no Trevor McDonald, or
I know,
but
on the scale of the panel,
yeah,
relatively young man.
Thank you. Yes, well, maybe. I'll wait and see.
But it's good to see that you're still getting
Oh,
involved.
yeah. Well, I love it, mate.
Getting up in the early hours, mate, to kick the dew off, so
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, well, here at 7, it's an up, and then obviously you had to get on ready to go. And how'd I win at 8:45? Off we went.
Now, it's a bit of a back to the future for you because you actually did play under this bloke. So
Yeah.
this is how long ago it's been since he coached you. But Kieran Spawn back after 2 decades of charge.
Yeah.
How's it been? Has it been traces of the Twilight Zone for you? I remember that back 20 years ago. Or
Yeah, I think so. I mean, last year with the first year being president, this is probably one of the things that I wasn't sort of ready for, was to manage at that level, coaching at the coaching level. So Scott had 2 years prior to last year. He was in his 3rd year with Scott Preble, this is. So we went down the line of we sort of needed to know if Scott was willing to go further on into the with years going on. His decision was he didn't want to go on. So Kieran was sort of here anyway, watching Reece, his son, and he made it quite clear that he was ready to coach again. So he presented really well to us, and we decided that he was the right man for the job. So yes, it's a little bit back to the future for sure.
Also, a bit of a changing the guard for Blackwood because, as you said, I think there's probably even more, but something like 16 new players to the club this year. Some of those old familiar names we've seen last few years. Some of the talent got Bikesman. Joe Age, Nathan Dunn, Matty Chuck. Ben Adams has gone back after 1 year. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for you.
So I think it sort of, I think we're still coming out of the Damien Salivic reign, like in terms of what he set up here, and his success was this 2017 premiership. And we had a lot of guys involved in what he was driving here, and obviously at some point it's going to come to an end, and we move forward. And Scott Preble came in, and he was delivering some of his good stuff, and then obviously he decided not to go on, so Kieran's come in and developed. So I think the changing of the guard is definitely there, and we've got a lot of good young local talent coming through, which is what I'm enjoying seeing.
Some of that aura does stick, Rico, because you've still got the aura from the Mickey Upfield days.
I know.
Given a bit of a lack of success at that grade level. Is that something that sort of the club is aware of?
Yeah, well, talking to some of the actors already, they've said to us, but they want to see success. And that's what we want, is success. So
we go back to the days when Blackwood first came to the Hill Football League in '87. And such was, I forget to use the fear of Blackwood because of the size of the club, and you had to put in 2 senior sides and 2 junior sides in both divisions. Which was a great thing that the club did in the fielding that.
Brought some power to the Hills Football League, into the numbers and competitiveness.
Of course, coming from such a strong situation, but with only a few flags in that time.
So, well, it's one of those things, mate. It's a tough competition. The Hills Footy League is a tough competition. There's some good footballers out there, some good footy clubs, and we're always very aware of that. And I think we're always striving to be one of those top clubs.
Now, you mentioned before about your depth. You certainly had that with your juniors, because winning the 3 junior flags last year is quite sensational stuff. So you've had a few of those guys obviously come through.
Well, Nick Gakic, he's not playing today. He's been injured, but he was the captain of the under-18s, and Lukey Lewis, young guys like that coming through. We're trying to make the transition between 18s into the Bs a bit more of a smooth pathway to play A grade. So we look at our under-18 side here as a bit like a B, 18s in the B grade, a bit like a breeding ground of talent to build that competitiveness to push through into the A's, which is what we want. So,
and as you said, you're successful with the A grades 3 and 3 at the moment, so a really big game coming up here this afternoon for them. But the B's, 18s, 16s, 14s, all 7 in the top 3 up till today we came in. So things are looking pretty good. Well, that's what we try to do, mate. We want the fellas and the girls, we want them to be playing good quality footy. As a president, you want to provide the best opportunity for people to play at their best. If they're good enough, they'll go on and play elsewhere.
in terms of SNFL, hopefully AFL. But if we can provide this service here and give everyone an opportunity to play good.
So of course, but at the moment, Blackwood 9-8, leading Onka Valley 3-5, so I think just over 5 minutes to go. Dave Richardson joining us, the president of Blackwood. I think the Woods are going to have a victory in a curtain raiser. You touched on your women's program, once again having succeeded. You've got 2 senior women's sides this year, but notably no junior girls in the Hills Football League. Are they playing elsewhere?
Yeah, they play in the sample, so on the Sunday. So we've got under 17 halves, right down to under 9s playing sample at the moment. So yeah, we thought that 2 senior girls teams in the Hills was the right thing for us at the moment. Unfortunately, they play against each other, which is not ideal. But
how have you tried to even that out? We'll put that down, Dave, because usually the particular club has 2 sides. One's usually strong, one's a sort of maybe a development type side. Is that the way you've looked at it?
Yeah, you need to speak to the big fellow who's on out there with the black Annie. He's our women's football coordinator. I
do notice the green side actually equal on top.
Yes,
here
they are. Yes, that's right. So Dave is our junior women's coordinator footy. He runs the show basically because he basically brought women's footy here, and he's got all over it.
So any complaints from 8 women, just send them
I just handle it straight over to the big fella.
That's right. Around here, you'll be probably happy, a good crowd in the house here today. Yeah, that's amazing. We've talked about this previously. Blackwood used to be out here at Sticks. Now you drive up here, it's like Millionaires Row. As a community facility, because you're a bit far out, well, let's say the CBD of Blackwood, the support in the community for Black Football Club, because you're wedged in a bit between, your Flagstaff Fields far away, Mitcham, and down the road to Marion, etc.
Kenilworth and all the...
So is it hard for you to sell the club?
No, really. I think the fact we're a traditional type of club. There's a lot of families here still from families have been here for a long, long time, and I think that's still part of Blackwood's attraction is that they can provide that community feel to this footy club. And you can walk down the street and probably bump into people you know and all that sort of stuff. And I think from the people who've come into the community, particularly over there, they get that feeling as well. They're starting to feel like that. That's what we're trying to provide.
People just wander across the road on Thursday night.
There's guys out here playing footy who just rolled up pre-season from who bought houses in there and decided to have a game. So out north, a couple of there. I can't pick him right at the moment. There's a couple of guys out there playing at home that have just rolled up to the footy club wanting the game, which is great.
What was the situation with the history of Blackwood Football Club? As you said, goes right back, and it was formed as a bit of a offshoot of the Sturt Football Club back in the day.
I think they were Sturt Association, which was, to be honest, I don't know that full history, but I know that there were Coromandel group, Coromandel Valley group, there was a Blackwood group, and they actually didn't like each other. But it meant that they
in the cricket season, doesn't it?
Probably, that's right. You got the Coromandel side up here, and you got the Ramblers, and you got the Ramblers down there. So it's probably stems from that sort of stuff. But
what I look to is when you lost it. Actually, we're not part of the Sturt zone anymore. West Adelaide. You've got a lot of things.
Of course, in the modern time. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That Shepherd's Road is the divide. We were actually now we are in the Sturt zone, so it's been pushed back further south. So we are a Sturt zone at the moment, but we do go between Westies and Sturt because we're in a bit of a triangle here. We've got South Adelaide, West Adelaide and Sturt within that 3 zones. So I think the Sturt Creek comes into it somewhere. And, but we've got kids who go to South, West or within this area.
And playing numbers, obviously, hear about subsides, even Div 1, struggling to fill junior grades, etc. But you've done all right, Blake?
Every grade. So from under 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, 11, 12, right through. We're pretty lucky. So they all play.
Pardon me, Blackwood still involved in the Hills model? Or?
They're part of the Sample Juniors program.
I
I think the parents tried that a bit. The fact that we've got a sub-junior committee that want to play in that competition. So it's a Friday night or a Sunday morning, and it just seems to work for what we got here.
So, unlike you, some of the future players of Blackwood might have to wait a while forward to tasting the delights of playing on such venues as Bridgewater.
Yeah,
that's right. Correct. Yeah.
The boys getting another goal there. 20 seconds to go, David. So probably the final score 10 to 3-5. So as I said, it was quite a close contest in the first half. But depth for the reserves just shone for Blackwood.
Yeah, well, there's some good young fellas out there. John Grimes is in the game, which is a fantastic young fellow that's come through the ranks as a siren. But you know, out there, he's got a local, which is what I say. They've come up through the ranks and putting their hand up to play for us, which is great. There's a couple of guys who play C grade a bit as well. They've popped their hand up today. So, and you asked me before about Harry DeRuda.
Yeah.
Pulled out sick this morning.
Okay.
Young campaign comes in to take his place.
Yeah. Righto.
Yeah.
Okay, and also I see Sammy Davis. I suspect he's been.
Yeah, he pulled a bad hammy here.
Looking forward to seeing him.
Yeah, he's one of our handy recruits. So I think you'll
Sam
see.
Venning will be back.
Sam Venning, not quite. He's still got a break finger.
That's right.
Yeah, so he's been sitting over there.
Because Jack Lewis will be one to watch.
Jack's playing full today. I'll give you that one.
Very good, Matty T.
Matty T is we around him somewhere.
As you said, big game. I'm just sitting ahead of you on the ladder.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I did a bit of research, as we like to do here on the Call of Old. Last 14 meetings between these two clubs, Blackwood lead 11-3.
Beautiful.
And Onka's in that time only beaten you once here in 2019.
Yep. In a wet.
Blackwood.
It was in a wet, horrible game.
Scoring 6 goals to 3.
It poured all day, and they were better than us on the day. So, yeah, I think we always find Onka's a good challenge. They're a good footy club.
Like 6-5 to 3-3.
Yeah.
Okay, so a good memory.
Yeah, I do. So yeah, I think our boys always like to step it up when they're playing against Onkas, because Onkas seem to bring a bit of competition and have a bit of not spite, but it's
spirited.
Yeah, correct.
Spirited.
Yeah.
So obviously you're two sides of sort of looking to improve on last year. You did make the 5 last 2 years, but Onkas of course having that sort of bit of a unfortunate success, just the one win, but they've seen it improve.
Yeah.
Under the new coach will be be looking to take a step up here.
Yep.
So.
Campaign is number 24 there for you, mate.
Yep, no worries.
And with both the McCarthy boys playing today, slats, which has been good.
Yep.
Liam and Jake.
Well,
fantastic.
Actually, very good men. Nico, he tells me he used to make you look
good. He did. And Damien Venny's lads out there too.
Yeah.
Some the local talent. That's what I
said. Great to see those family names continue to come
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, David. Once again, always a pleasure to have a chat with you, and we'll let you go and no doubt get back and enjoy what's left of the next one. But just remember, mate, you've got to be okay to do the presentations a bit later on.
Yeah,
I know you actually shine in it. I've witnessed it a couple of times.
Oh, you've witnessed before,
You do a very good job.
Oh, thanks, mate. No, good on you, mate. Thanks, Pencil.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
David Richardson, the president of Blackwood, joining us here on the Call of the Wild. As we said, Blackwood taking out the reserves game, comfortable fashion here, 11-8-3-5. So all in readiness here. Actually, just before you go, Rico, at the moment.
Weather looking fine, mate. There's not a chance of a shower at least for the next half an hour.
Okay, we'll hold you to that.
I reckon, and the over's probably the best thing I've seen for a long time after a bit of a shower rain. So we'll be right for the day, I reckon.
All right, there we go. You heard it first here. The man who should know.
Windy you, mate.
That's the president of Blackwood Football Club, Dave Richardson, joining us. So, all in readiness now. The two sides out on the ground just go through their preliminaries. We see Blackwood on the screen there, just warming up at the Trevor Terrace entrance end. Respawn there, number 13, the co-captain. So, as we said, Harry DeRuda, star import, he's been kicking 15 goals this season, unfortunately a late withdrawal. As we see Matty Waldron, the co-captain, heading towards centre. Well, he engaged in the toss with big Jakey Adcock, number 16 on the left of the screen. Dennis Raymond officiating, get together with Bill Tonkin. Toss has been done, and Matty Waldron, might be local knowledge, just won a toss and will be kicking down to the left of screen on your filming footy coverage, and also to the left of your dial on Lofty 8.9 FM coverage. And we welcome those listeners to what should be a very entertaining game of football here. Round 7, Division 1 competition. Two sides just separated on the ladder by a win. Onka Valley 4-2, Blackwood 3-3, out of the top 5 on percentage, so the chance for the Dogs to consolidate their campaign. But bearing in mind, they only won one game last season. However, Blackwood have only beaten the 3 sides below it on the ladder, so they'll be needing to bring up to head toward the mid-season break with a poised position to run home for the final. So, as I said, plenty of interest in this game this afternoon. Just go through, as I said, Dennis Raymond, Billy Tonkin doing the field work this afternoon. Brody Bowen, Harry Schultz, Jackson Schultz running the boundaries. And Kane Gould, so we've got 4 academy people today, so that's good to see, doubling up. And in the goals we have Darryl Wood and Trevor McDonald, the ageless Trevor McDonald, so good panel in the mix here this afternoon. So it's the Dogs on screen. As we said, thank you very much to Film Footy Sports Interactive and Dartfish for their coverage of Called Wild Hills Football League 2023 Sydney Blackwood team. Onka team. Of course, senior coach Mark Watson, his first year at Kennel, already has improved their efforts from last year. Taking over from Ben Jeffries, who unfortunately had a bad personal year himself, so it's restricted to a bench coach for much of the season as he's playing coach in his 1 year. And well, the Dogs just couldn't get it together with injuries, etc. No reflection on Joffa as a coach, that's for sure, but they've certainly enjoyed a better campaign this season, and Joffa himself returning to the field in a more permanent role, that defensive role. What a great football he's been for the Dogs. And of course, down at Northern, we have the Blackwood line. We've actually a few outs. Number 2 is out. We could also go down Brock Meldy, will be missing. Number 16, Solomon Brown, comes out. Tatarelli is out. Atkinson out. Tanzan is out. Sammy G, Jackson Fairman, and Mark Reynolds. But number 10 not listed there is Jack Lewis, who will be an important cog this afternoon. Of course, the Sturt Reserves listed player, so back in the fold here this afternoon. So, it's just about in readiness for the start of this important round 7 game. So it'll be Kine and Dunn at the left of the screen, and the Dogs' side colours will be up against Sam Zevenboom. So 2 former young ruckmen. Was Dunn joining from under 18 ranks this season, and Zevenboom a past interleague ruckman the last couple of years. So readiness, right away, round 7 here in the Call Wild. First, Zevenboom gets a tap down. Centre circle trying to work the ball forward was Hocking. Green already. His head over the ball for Onkas. Number 24 goes to ground. He's been set by a couple of woodsmen, and the umpire in Billy Tonkin will come in and ball up. So once again, Dunn, the leaper, gets it down. Ball spins out here. There's a chance for O'Brien. Jesse O'Brien gets it forward. Direction up there, Tyson Pake. He's got the ball here with the loft flowing lock. So Tyson Pake, product of the Bulldogs. Pretty good nick this year around the goals. Has 10 to his credit. So we have the first true scoring shot of the afternoon as he'll kick towards the Trevor Terrace and sets the ball high. Has it got the distance? Has it got the accuracy? It certainly has. So it's a very good start here. It's a goal coming inside the firstly 45 seconds through the agency of Tyson Pake. So very good start there. Clearance work. Of course, getting involved there was Jesse O'Brien. That clearance, so he'll be certainly very important here this afternoon. Plenty of experience there. Back at Dogs after a couple of years away playing in St Peter's in Adelaide Footy League. Of course, prior to that experience, the Brisbane Lions. So back in the centre umpire Dennis Raymond. So once again, the ruck and leap. Zevenberg gets a tap down. Benson in the mix there, comes out back. Hocking's there, comes back to Cownan. Green holds up Ham gets out the back door, finds Carissa, gets the run of Jeffries, handballs further forward. Good attack on the ball there, finally picked up by the Woods. Little mung kick forward was effective. Handball comes out here on the run, having a shot there. Benny Wender offline and through for the first goal, a minor one for Blackwood. So one straight plays, one behind here on the call. Wilders is coming from Woodcheck over in Blackwood, just enjoying our worldwide coverage. So the Dogs bring the ball back into play and towards their broadcast side wing. Off hands, nice gathered there. You don't see it. Leone puts it forward. Off hands, it's a chance for Pake. Good strong bodywork, got rid of his opponent, gives that the back door to Clarissa, goes at the line of a handball. There's a chance for Tommy Mayo. From the pavilion pocket, puts it forward. Just in the end, it's clipped the bottom of the post, I think we can see there. So very good running attempt. Just missing from the ultimate result. So Vandenberg will bring the ball back in. Noffa comes out toward our broadcast side, back flank area. Leaper is done. Ball comes to ground level. Working harder is Venning. Over the ball. Zach Venning, of course, the son of all-time great legend here, Diva Venning. So umpire Tonkin balls it up. Sevenburn the Leaper gets it down straight down the throat of Green. He's stocked up in a tackle applied there by Benson. Expect those two to be hard all afternoon. So Sevenburn, big leap, gets the ball clear. Push off there from Benson. Manages to get the boot to ball. It's a chance for Hocking. Tries to thread his way through, dispossesses the ball. Then comes back with a good tackle. In the meantime, umpire Tonkin set in French. So be careful. So Rhett Calvin still eligible for senior contract, 18 football. So young dog. Chain of hills here. The Dogs comes back to Fairberg as he tries to get rid of it. Comes Zenning. Just to do a run of a teammate in Thompson. Goes forward, extreme bit of defence. He's done a few times this season. Second, wastes time, puts it across the ground. Finds Jeffries. Benny Jeffries out wide to the open space of the flank. The ball sitting nicely there for Sammy Green. Puts it inside 50. Tumbling, juggling muck, and finally taken there by Connor Mildy. So Mildy crossing over this year from Mount Lofty with his first shot of the game. Has raised 11 goals for the Bulldogs this season so far. So Connor Mildy wedged right in on the boundary, as you can see. So on his best effort here. Cross the face. Take it through again for a rush off behind scores. So Dogs move on to 1-2. Blackwood are one behind. Meanwhile, ball brought out here. Taken there from the Woods for the agency of Alex Scott. Goes out wide. His chance there will sit for the pursuing Tyson Clark. It doesn't. Out over the boundary line. So it looks like the resultant free kick. Its last touch will come and it looks like it'll be Sam Green in the longs. Guernsey this afternoon. He goes across the ground as you can see. But a terrible kick there. He coughed it up nicely to Matty T. Intercepted. Waste no time. Goes forward. There's a chance for Blackwood. Sticky one-handed mark there taken by Wender. He goes further afield, but the Dogs' defence they've done. Here's Will Vernhead. So Vernhead hits up the line, finds a teammate here right in front of a broadcast position. Gets the ball at the line looking for Pake. That was done. Comes back here to Pake. He's got an option in. Ball comes towards Jeffries. Will it sit for him? Good stop body work there. Applied by Scott. Holds the ball up. So perhaps a lost opportunity for the Dogs there as the ball just wouldn't sit up. Tompkins comes in and will ball it up. So we've had just over 5.5 minutes gone here. Opening two. Good opening to this game. Benson just shrugs off the boat this way, that way. He played the 3 games last year, Ben, so featuring a new recruit this season for the Dogs. For the Woods, gets the ball across the wind, who centres the ball nicely. Clever handball here for Reece Spawn. He'll go back there to the agency of Scott. Runs himself in a bit of trouble, finally gets boot the ball, gets it forward. And a good strong mark taken in by Sam Davis. Returning to the side after injuries. Waste no time, brings it back into Hocking and proves the angle, so it'll be Hocking who will have the shot at goal. Man who has 6 goals to his name so far this season, so obviously confidence in him there, displayed by Sam Davis. So Hocking, chance to bring up the first score as far as majors go for Blackwood. They're one behind. Come at 7 minutes played, one behind, trailing the Dogs 1-2. So towards the railway end, left off the screen. Oh, he's pulled this right across. In fact, Trevor McDonald says yes, it is great that we're behind. So 2 points now to Blackwood, the Woodman. So the ball will be brought back into play here. So ball back in. Target is Cochileone, sits nicely for him. Tried an underground pass, came unstuck, intercepted there by Venning. Got it to Lately, gives it to Wender. Comes back in here, crashing through Scott. Goes back here around the corner to Venning in the tight pocket. Can he screw it back and take his best kick from there, which can't produce through for a minor score. So consecutive behinds here. Early stages of the first turn to Blackwood. They move on to 3 behind. Onkas with the first goal and the 45-second mark to Pake. But since then, most scoring and action has been down the bottom end to the left of the screen. That's the Woods forward territory. Here they go again inside. I think that time it was Clark putting it forward. Fumbled by Cochileone. Good enough to back it up. Ball, chain of handballs. Coughed up there. There's an upper chance. Trying to spin his way through there. Blackwood player held up in a tackle. Over the top of him is George Ed. Of course, soon to represent Australia in the Futures Global Games basketball competition. So umpire Raymond pulls up lately, gets it down. Once again, George Ed kick is smothered. And out of bounds, and we'll have a throw into the right forward pocket.
Indeed. Just trying to fix up some audio issues here at the moment. Hopefully be done shortly. In the meantime, boundary throw in. Half forward line for the Wolves. Kick forward by Benson. Kicked a few goals last week. And he's gone through for a minor score with Zach Piper taking the mark. So a minor score there for the Woods. Kicked 7 goals last week towards this end of the ground in that third term to get them right back in the match against Lobethal. Tigers kicked 5 goals in the final term to run away with it. Meantime, Dogs looking to move the ball on the half-back flank. Kuiper involved. Oh, bang! Fierce hit there by Benson on the direct opponent. So half-back flank free kick for the Dogs.
Sammy Green there. And balls it back to Kuiper, I think it was. Goes further up the wing outside. Out of wing. Ball held in there, comes backwards. Coughed up possession, his chance for the big man inside. Boomy's possessed by Adcock, I think it was. Toe pokes the ball forward, but free kick has been paid. Perhaps the last touch out there in the distance, so it'll be a free kick for the Woods. So Onka, as I said, goaling inside the first 45 seconds. Since then, Blackwood had the majority of attacks. So try to launch one here for us. Vandenberg gets it across here to Thompson. Nice main on a young man. Comes across here. Picks a teammate there, running off the half-back flank. Puts it further afield. Just off the bench, here's McCarthy. Right into the action already. Gets a handball into Scott. He's been busy early. Gets a kick towards half forward, but chipping in and taking a nice intercept mark there was the Dogs. Comes it into O'Brien. He's under pressure as he goes to the ground. And in the end, just O'Brien paid the resulting free kick.
Yep, kicks the ball forward for the Dogs. 1-on-1 contest inside attack 50. Adcock. Is he taking the mark there? No. Umpire says I'll have it inside 50 for Onkas. They currently lead 1-2 to Blackwood, 4 points, 11 minutes gone. Opening quarter action here from Woodtech Idle in Blackwood. So the Dogs with Mayo having a flying shot at goal, and that's gone out of bounds on the full. There'll be a kick in here for the Woods, just around from the point post.
So good battle this afternoon, Benny, because both sides below their premium strength, missing a few key elements.
I've got some stats here from Jaden. Head-to-head count overall since 2010, 26 meetings, Blackwood 18, Onka Valley 8. Head-to-head count at Blackwood in 11 meetings since then, Blackwood 9, Onka Valley 2.
So ball out here, a good mark taken there by Sam Davis. Back in the side this afternoon, much to a footballer. Butte, Glenelg got off in the SANFL ranks. Also played a bit about Murrayville. Ball comes back in here. Praying out is Venning. Zach puts it forward, camped under the ball and probably completing the mark there was Jeffries. Wastes no time, puts it in the wing area, over top of Houlihan. Once again getting involved there is Davis. Oh, nearly a good half scoop by Benson. Ball comes down here to Houlihan. Fits his way, gets his teammate a big task, good enough to get out of it. Gets the handball back to Cownan, who gets it back into Mayo. Well played, the Dogs put forward the forward pocket area. Chance for Green to use his body there. Got rid of his opponent there. And finally the ball across the line next to the behind post. So some good passages of play there by the young dog.
Yeah, inside 50 for them now. 2 rucks go at it. Adcock. Fist down into a dangerous position. Opens it up for Coccioloni. Flying shot at goal by Carissa. He's kicked it. Good luck work by Adcock in the forward line. Sets up a great goal there to Carissa. And that's the Dogs' second major. They go to 2-2. Blackwood 4 points.
Yeah, good ruck work, as you said, set up by the captain there. Working the forward line. Good finish there by Jacob Carissa, his third of the season. So Onkas move on to 2-2 to 4 behind. So 10-point margin here. Just come back to 13 minutes gone first turn call. The Wild coming here from Woodtech over in Blackwood. It's the local Woods up against Onka Valley Bulldogs. So the Dogs. So it's going to be Blake Fanning giving young Gunner cut and ruck. So he'll be up against Zeven Boom for Blackwood. Unchanged in that department. Woods. Just waiting for the caddy boy. Bring the ball back in. Boy was in someone's backyard with houses across the road. So Dennis Raymond's moving into position.
He loves the centre of attention. Dennis, not the literally, but he loves the call of the Wild matches.
So, ball comes down here. White trying to get the balls even. Boom, he's dumped there, the big man. Still in the centre circle. Finally, ball tapped forward. Clark overruns the ball. Got it back there. Davis involved. Respawn. The coach that gets it forward. Charging out there's Kuiper. And overruns the ball. Up the fence back there. He's got it once again. Gene Simmons gets it over to a teammate in Fanning. Oh, great play by Spawn. Puts the ball forward. Matty Dean getting involved. Fumbled the buck. Taking the ball and running into possibly Nala goal. He missed. It was Matt Hope's chances here, Benny Goldfinch. Yes. 14 minutes. Onkas with the 2 goals. Blackwood now 5 points on the board.
Yes, wondering what the Woods goals have come today with the Ruta out. T's obviously one of those options. Kicks match-winning goals against Mount Barker a few rounds ago. Meantime, Joffa handballs over the top to Houlihan. Short pass along the wing. Good pick up by Coccioloni. Good transition play here from the Dogs along the wing, and that's gone out of bounds and full though.
That was a young Harvey Henry there.
He's coming off the body. Looks like he's coming off. No, he's not. So the Woods opportunity here to move the ball into the middle of the ground.
Son of the great Anthony Harvey, Lord Premiership player.
So kick down the interchange wing. Oh, good mark there. Done. Versus Sam Sevenburn, the young gun ruckman in the competition. He'll kick past us here in the broadcasting position towards the half-forward line. Adcock, 1-on-2 contest. Good crumbing. Kick around the corner there by Wender. Good pick up by Benson. He's lively early, has been all season. Benson tried to get some support to McCarthy, but it's deemed that he threw it, and Zach George Stamp for the Dogs will kick towards half-forward.
So George Stamp up there. Handball comes out here. To Wender, he has been involved early. Gets the ball out wide to Clark in the sleeves. Characteristic long sleeves. Puts it forward. Ball comes off the ground. It's a chance taken by Benson. He's been everywhere. As said, like a new recruit this season after only the 3 games last year. Here's the Dogs under pressure. Houlihan.
He's
Did he have a
conceded.
fight or just conceded? He kicked straight through for a minus score for the opposition. Is that an assist?
Yeah.
Haven't seen that before in Hills footy. Anyway,
Matty Dean brings the ball back in for the Dogs. Out towards the half-back flank. Done around the action. Sweeping handball at the top by Kuiper. Releases Carissa. He's kicked a goal in this term. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. Good attacking play for the Dogs. Good crumbing here from Blackwood. Out towards the outer side wing, but that's gone out of bounds on the full. So once again, the Dogs' opportunity here through Jacob Carissa to kick the ball forward. They lead it at the moment 2-2 to 6 points, 17 minutes gone, opening quarter action.
I think that might have been Petrov, Cody Petrov, second generation Woods. So Carissa brings the ball back in. Big lead there, but at the back of the pass, big strong mark by the skipper at Adcock. Whips on to his right, puts it further field. Here's a chance for Green, got his hands to it. Pate near the goal line.
Oh, Toto, Mayo.
Oh, that would be interesting.
It's a goal, Mayo.
Indeed it is. Vandenberg perhaps feeling at his head on the ball, but Mayo has been awarded a goal there, Benny. So the Dogs, from their limited advances forward, have now got 3-2 Blackwood, 6 behind as we come at 17.5 minutes.
Just some other stats here from Dayton. Blackwood have won, as I said, 18 past 26. The average margin between the two teams in the 26 matches since 2010 is around the 5-goal margin. The average margin between the two teams in the 11 games at Blackwood is 30 points. So good start for the Dogs as they go forward once again. Adcock presents. Good forward line pressure here. Try and keep it in. Damien Green was involved. Kick though out from the woods into the middle of the ground. Benson's the target once again. 1-on-2 contest. Houlihan attacks the ball looking for a free kick and earns it. So he'll get a chance to move the ball forward for Onkas.
Yeah, there was going to be some sort of physical contest there. Keep always with hard sights on the ball. So Houlihan gets out wide. George Dent nurses it forward and finds Dunn, the young man. Originally from Millicent in the southeast. Just at the time with Glenelg in the under 18 ranks, and now with the Dogs. His first season. So the young man getting himself a fair run up here, fancies his chances as he kicks towards the right of screen. Sets it up. Lead there, has it got the legs? No. Umpire Tonkin's actually on the side angle has kicked out an infringement, so there'll be no score offhand, so it's a resultant free kick will go to Zevenboom. Brings it out wide here, looking for Spawn. Under pressure, takes a very good tumbling mark. So, Respawn.
Yeah, Respawn, back pocket area. We'll kick it out towards the interchange wing area. Big pack here. Kuiper will float across. Almost took the mark there. And umpire Rain says, I'll have it. Just in front of us here. But once again, the two rucks will go with it. Zevenboom versus Dunn. Dunn won that one. Brings it around level. Benson with the tackle. Not too pretty. Ball up just near the Blackwood interchange bench.
So Zevenboom left on his own. Ball comes out the back door. First to get there will be Dunn. Taking the grab by Thompson. And finishes the high tackle call. So Dunn, Keenan Dunn in the shadows, gets it forward, looking for Adcock. Defence is by the top from Walden. Adcock appeals for the free kick, but actually looks like it might have been paid tunnelling here, Benny. So it'd be Waldron, the co-captain. It's a result free kick gets across here to Petrov. Petrov goes further afield out there. Finds a teammate there. So the Woods standing out of side. Possession football to run on. Oh, misses the target. So could have coughed it up. Venning goes back at ground level trying to retrieve the ball. So just missing with the give has put a bit of spanner in the works, but luckily no damage done and play will commence here.
Out of side wing. We've gone 21 minutes in the opening quarter. Kick forward by Jesse O'Brien. Would so take a nice mark. Defensive 50 is Padroff. Looking into the middle of the ground, or is he going to switch it out here? Also, we go up the outer side wing area, pack form, ground level. Dogs once again looking to go forward through Mayo, gets the handballs, fends off two Woods opponents, kicks the ball forward towards Adcock, presents, couldn't take the mark, brought it to ground level. It's in the forward pocket now for Onkas. Blackwood's defence desperate here. Umpire lets it go and eventually he says, I'll have it in the forward pocket for Onkas.
So the Dogs pushing forward. Search for their fourth goal of the match. This opening term. Ball comes out wide. Mill getting involved there. Just swings Spawn over the boundary line. In fact, it's given away a free kick. So Spawn quickly bounces up. He'll come across the ground here. Picks out a teammate out here. Ball held in there though. Sam Green being involved there, so the Academy ball will come in and pitch to that. So big men gather. Boom, gets it down. There's a chance for Pike. Swings onto the right. Tell you what, not a bad blind attempt there, but just a bit too far across the face for another behind. For Onkers, they move on to 3-3. Blackwood a 6 points straight. 22 minutes gone here on the Caldwell first term. Woodtech Oval in Blackwood.
So the Woods bring it in. 7 booms the target versus Dunn. 1-on-1 contest. Good spoil there by Kuiper. So half forward line now for Onkers. Restart situation. 3-3 to 6 points. 23 minutes gone. Opening quarter action. Adcock with a bit of a put out. Spawn with a good smother. Green handballs out to Cocciolone. Sweeping handball out to Mayo. Almost stuck there by Edward Vandenberg. Kick it goal by Mayo, and it's gone through for a 1 score. So both sides peppering, but at the moment Dogs leading 3-4 to 6 points.
So Rivermore just going to retrieve the ball. Looks like it's unfortunately wedged under a car. So some little hazards you have here at community football. Get some help. So ball return to the goal front to bring it out. So Rivermore goes towards the outer wing. He's got a lead out there. Finds Scott. What's on offer? Goes inboard. Finds Davis. Sam Davis back in the line-up this afternoon. Davis heads towards centre. Taten's a target, but chipping in nicely. Height of Adcock. Takes the mark, sends it back and wins it home. Nice use of the body. Too much experience there by Jesse White. Got one of his Blackwood opponents. So Jesse White has spent the last few years playing at Spock at Adelaide Footy League. Of course, prior to that was the Dogs captain. Won a couple of best and fairest. And of course, Sunday time ranks at the Brisbane Lions. So it suggests it's a bit of a Monty for him, but we have been wrong, but on this occasion we're uniquely right, Benny. It's White brings up his first and the Dogs fourth in the afternoon.
Terrific start from Onkers. Being to bounce back after their loss last week against Nambrama United. Besides that little glitch, Pistols, they've had a great start to the season. And as I said, not the best track record here at Blackwood in the past 11 meetings. JJ Hill stats, Blackwood 9, Onkers 2. So looking to secure, I think, their first win here since 2019. So back in the middle as we head towards quarter time, Coach Mark Watts just having a chat to Riley Sinnott on the boundary line. Anytime, back in the middle, Black Fanning in the ruck. Here's Green, handballs out to Houlihan. What can he do here? When he gets the ball, he's dangerous. Off he goes, side step, shimmies, handballs, support, kick forward. There by Green. Half forward line for the Dogs. Queuing up here. Connor Mildy was involved in the link-up play. But Blackwood in the meantime went out. Oh, fierce tackle. Holding the ball. Sam Green, the tackler.
Yeah, fierce. Great work by the young dog. So for a kick. Sends the ball long inside 50. Pack comes down. Now spinning his way through was Carissa. Couldn't quite get through the ball. In the meantime, up by Bill Doggins, Petty held it for a bit longer. So it looks like it's Davis. Goes short across here. Finds a teammate here in Wender. Gives it back to Davis, who's run through the corridor. Puts it further afield. There's a chance for Kuiper. Couldn't quite hold in opposition to Spawn. In the meantime, umpire Dennis Raymond said Kuiper was the friend. So the Onkers defender quickly moves the ball forward. Over the top is a chance for Pike. Using his pace against equally quick Clark, who in the end provides a defensive fist over the boundary line right in front of the members' pavilion, and no doubt a few axemen coming out to enjoy the sun. Very good conditions here at the moment. You can see the shadows in the ground. This was the last weekend of autumn here in Adelaide Hills. A little bit threatening early as White tries to screw one around after that rock contest, but he's missed everything at the bounce full. Yes, a little bit of precipitation overnight, but some pretty good conditions here at the moment, Benny. The blue sky, a bit of clouds. But generally very good conditions to play football in here at the moment at Blackwood Oval. So I think it's Thompson. That's a move from the crowd with the football deep in defence. Not a lot on offer for young men. So goes down the line. Ball hold up in the breeze in front there. Fishing clear. Back door. Jeffrey, good hands. Got to a teammate. Chip forward and finds Cocciolione. Mitch Cocciolione. 9 goals for the season. This may take his best effort. Heading on the boundary line and just kick with a man on the mark just on the 50-metre arc as well. As the siren goes in the background, you can hear that here on the call wild. So Cocciolione will have the last piece of action for the opening term here as he attempts to kick his 10th goal for the season.
So this will be a great start for the Dogs. They'll get around him here if he can manage to pull this one off. It's on right to the goal line and the Woods defenders punch it. So handy start for Onkas. They lead at quarter time 4-4 to 6 points. Goal kickers in the opening quarter included Hake, Carissa, Mayo and White. So good spread of goal kickers for Onkas. Of course, Hills Football League action here on Call of the Wild is brought to you by Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Dartfish. HFL sponsors Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarket, West End. Sports Power, Sharon, Korea, Rossdale Home, Sports Centre and Think Road Safety. And we'll just bring up also the sponsor for both sides very shortly as we head towards quarter time. Just having a look at the Blackwood huddle with Coach Kieran Spawn. So, important match for both sides today. Blackwood sponsors, celebrations, helping you celebrate, Cattle Crash Repairs and Edenwood Autos. 40 years. Is that right? And part Cattle Crash Repairs are now incorporating Edenwood Autos. And as you said, Benny for Onka Valley Closey Supermarkets. They sponsor numerous things in the Adelaide Hills. Thank you very much. Great supporters of local community sport in the hills. Of course, the Opening Hotel. Come and see the boys for a couple of froths, a good meal, and Resource Co. And as we say, thank you to all the community football club sponsors. Your support is invaluable, that's for sure. All right, we just might go to a bit of a pause in proceedings here, just with as James has the camera on the Blackwood group, the Onka group, and we'll be back shortly with some more Call of the Wild action here from Woodtech Oval in Blackwood. So, stern words there at quarter time by Coach Kieran Thorne for Blackwood. Let's see if they get ignited in a second term as Jesse O'Brien hacks the ball towards centre half forward. Adcock leads the way, taps it on, tried to get it to Dunn. Spawn with the ball, wheels around on the right boot towards the wing area. T, he received a bit of a stern bake, you'd have to say, pistols at quarter time by Coach Spawn. In the meantime, the Dogs continuing on here in the second term with some relatively easy passages of play through the middle of the ground. The Sinot kicks it forward. In space is Carissa. And he goes for goal. And almost assisted through there by Koch alone. It's hit the post.
So Dogs carry on for they ended that opening term. Quickly into attack, but the score resulting. And we must apologise for a few audio difficulties we're having. If you bear with the technical team in the midst of trying to alleviate that problem as the ball comes out here. Dunn intercepts it, sends the ball back in. He's got a couple on offer, but Chip McGinnon back to offensive mark there. He's hocking. Short hocking. Comes up towards that broadcast area off the hands of Davis, grabs the ball, he runs in the ball, tackled at ground by Coit, but kept in the contest. In the meantime, Davis was infringing about the ball, so he would get the result of the free kick. But Sydney Goldfish indicates some very harsh coach Kieran Spawn during the quarter time break. Just focusing on the turnovers he's sort of created. Saying they're better than that, we'll see if they are. Spawn. Reese Variety puts it forward. Sweeping on ball was McCarthy. Liam right in front of the fence. And Boy Bands is opposite ball to get a touch there. Good job to handle the ball with two red cans. Your hand at Goldie.
Yeah.
By the Dog supporter. So throw in. Fisted forward by Lately. Quick handball by Jeffries. I think was intended to do just that. Russia behind, so both sides with a minor score on the board at the start of the second term as Blackwood 7 points trail Onka Valley 4-5. So waiting to kick out here from Zach Kuiper, as I said, off to Europe next month, represents Australia. Puts it long kick, it's a chance, fisted forward by Zevan, boom, it's a chance for O'Brien, clever skills, gets out towards Carissa, he's stopped in the cricket pitch area. Good work there by Benson. It's acknowledged from the crowd on the sideline. Gave the ball to Zambboom. The big ruckman puts it there, but set the mark with Swiper. Sport. There's a chance now for the Woods. They get on the board, shrugging off the tackle. Comes out the back door to Davis. Round the corner. Just wait on the goal up high here. Minor score results at Blackwood.
Nice work by Jack Lewis. At least provided a good target for it at the ground level. Didn't concede an easy repelling mark there by Zach Copper, and the Woods at least have a shot on goal. So that's what you want from your forwards, especially with their key forward Harry Deruta missing today. In the meantime, Dogs moving forward for Carissa. Half forward line. Just a little bit too easy there for Cocciolone, turning his opponent inside out. Meantime, kick forward by Fernhead. Opens it up for Houlihan.
Certainly a guy you would not leave on your own. Where his opponent was there, I have no idea. Eduardo Vandenberg on the mark, just shaking his head. He's the direct opponent. I tell you what, Cardinals in there, and there's a chance for Houlihan. Kick his first goal.
Just a thought, I'll say it after this.
Fourth for the season, I tell you, didn't look good off the boot, and same a similar result.
Any issues with the Clash of Guernsey?
Well, that's an interesting case. I've never one green, one's blue, but I see what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? Anyway.
With the V situation, yes, the white Vs. Well, I think they've been playing each other since 1987 in the Hills Football League, so if they haven't worked out by then.
Different strips over the top, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Interesting point, we'll bring that up.
Meantime, kick in for the Woods, out towards the half-back flank, and thanks for coming. Will Fernhead takes the mark, kicks the ball back inside 50 for Onkas. Good crane, half-forward line, kick forward, couldn't quite pick up the player, and Connor Mildy takes a good mark.
Aiken O'Brien combined with Benny, and pinpoint actually place out from Missy O'Brien finds Connor Mildy. So his second shot of the afternoon is a 50-metre arc here, so kick from just inside it. So that's kicked 11 for the season so far.
I'll put him down here, Pistols.
Put him down.
This kick loves the goal too. So Connor Mildy kicks the goal. All those dog supporters out there. 5 to Blackwood, 8 points. Coach Kieran Spawn would be frustrated at the moment, still looking for their first goal of the Woods as we see Connor Mildy slots that one through the middle.
Interesting comment there about the clash of colours, Benny, but maybe we just cutting some slack for Blackwood.
That's right.
Certain dogs, 5, 6 to 8 straight behind, 6 minutes into the second term, and taking a very strong pour upon this.
Got some class in the middle. Jesse O'Brien wins their ball from Dunn, kicks it towards the half-forward line. That's the good work from the skipper. That's what a few of the Dogland like to see as he kicks forward. Not the best kick though. Hocking around the action. Interception. Jesse O'Brien put this one down for a point. Minus score, but the Dogs are peppering.
I tell you what, you just get the feeling the floodgates are a bit about to open here, not only on the ground, but in
I was
the
looking
heavens.
around the heavens, yep.
We'll be looking for our man Dave Richardson, I tell you, just to replay his pre-match comments about the weather.
Maybe so, that's the issue with the audio, Pistols, is
it is.
The skies are playing some havoc
the
here.
Interference, the ball come down here, clever hands by that man O'Brien, got back to Ben Jeffries. I don't know what he was trying to do there, go around the invisible man, but in the end he's in for holding the ball. So free kick, I think this might be River Moore in fence. Chips up the line, intercepted there by the big man Adcock, comes back into green. On the left, hacks it forward, bouncing boys.
Thanks for coming.
Just pick it up. Oh,
what's that?
He tried actually over the shoulder, I'd suggest, but it went back towards centre half forward. Perhaps he's being unselfish and setting up his teammate.
Oh.
And so Brian there, Smithering, but yeah.
Probably could have sent that one, had a bit of a chat, snap tied on the boundary line, bit of a shake of the head from the coach.
So just wait for the ball to return. It's Benson with the ball, so it's going to come back to his teammate. This is Padro. We'll take the result for a kick. And there's our dog of the day in that ground, Benny.
Yes, enjoying itself out here at Woodtech Oval in Blackwood. As the Woods clear the ball from the defensive 50. Haven't been much further than the middle of the ground in this second term for them as Carissa swings around, kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Ball hits the deck. Here's Spawn. He's trying to get his side going. Kicks it out towards the half-back flank. Good attempt there by Wender. The mad scrap. Blackwood trying to win a bit of territory. Jesse O'Brien. No. Not Jesse O'Brien. It's Tom Mayo. It's a free kick here for the Woods. So here's an opportunity for them to move forward through Wender. It's a good couple of passages for play from him.
So Wender nurses up towards Clark. Interceptor coming out. George Ed. Bunted over the line. See in the bottom of the screen there the Blackwood coaching staff. And suggest he didn't have steam coming out of his ears at quarter time. Coach Kieran Spawn will be sort of getting that way now. So you can sense the game starting to slip away. That bad need a goal here. The Woods, as they try to push forward through Wender. It's been quite good this afternoon already. The young man only looked frayed, but throwing body into the fray there, that's for sure. So, Ruckjewel, big leap with Zeverman, gets it forward. Wender once again. Unfortunately, had the arm peeled, so a legal disposal. So, Matty Dean, coach of the Dogs under 18 team, gets it off to Kuiper, gets a directions we go. He goes to centre forward. Here's a chance for Adcock. Jake sticks up the big Dukes, takes it. Race so tight in the ball forward. 1-on-1 contest up there. Lumbering out is O'Connor. Traps and Icy. Gives it to Mildy. Round the corner. Here's Pike. Tries for a slips catch. Has he been awarded? Yes, he has. That's a very good effort by Tyson Pike. Mildy's kick was high. So Pike had to dive at the end and took millimetres above the ground as I said, slip style. So now can he convert? He kicked the first goal of the game at 45 seconds in. And he's kicked the latest goal of the game at 10 minutes into the second term.
Danger signs here for the Woods. We have a look at the replay here. On the left boot, if you don't mind. It was a very classy finish. 6-7, 8 points. Back in the middle, Hayden Gemmer. He'll be keen to get back out there for the Dogs later in the season. Looks like he's under today, carrying a few drinks out there as well. So back in the middle, Fanning versus Seven Boom. Wood haven't got the ball inside 50 for this quarter. Pistols, J. Hill, he's out elevating today, but I dare say he would say the same stat that we've got here. Mayo tries to fend off about 4 Blackwood players, and eventually it's going to be a free kick here for Hocking. Smack bang in the middle of Woodpeck Oval, so at least they'll move a bit forward here, Blackwood. And kicks forward, low ball, Kuiper flowing across, shin down the fence, but it's taken here by Spawn. Has a shot at goal, and he's missed.
So Blackwood move along to 9, straight behind. On Valley is 6-7. 11.5 is scored second term. Called a while here coming to you through filming footage. Trust enjoying that global stream. And so we apologise for the audio footage at the moment. Ball comes out. Oh, big league up top was Leone, couldn't complete the mark. Ball goes to ground level. Down there by the Dogs up there. It's taken by Houlihan. Clever work by him. Puts it forward. Here's a chance for Adcock, who once he gets in front, usually takes a mark. He didn't have it. Well done by Walden. So Adcock did well. Built the mark which he should have taken, but then had the presence on the ball. So then that's a ruck, one down by Stephen. Boom. Mayo kicks it forward. It's a chance for Adcock. Kicks it off. Green gives it to Pate. We know he's a goal kicker. James Davis was right behind him with the left there, but sprayed it to the left. So he's through for a minor score. So already, Benny, we've played at 12.5 minutes. The Dogs have kicked 2 goal 4, kick straight, and that's all beyond reach of the Woods, I'd suggest.
So Blackwood kicks the ball out towards the half-back flank. Ball hits the deck. Onka plays here. Eventually works out to Kuiper. He gets it against 2 Blackwood players. Maybe Dean crashing in. Just in front of us here, broadcasting position. So the umpire will throw the ball up. Fanning in ruck versus Seven Boom. Seven Boom gives him a good leap. Sock it out towards the boundary. Paddled along. And the bench is out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw in.
Young Wendigan, and Wendy's having a crack number 34. I said lock frame, but putting his body in the contest. So he'll be in front of the pack here as the ruckman coming in. Double down by Fanning. Hocking moved it forward. Clever work by Benson. What's it for him? Yes, he grabs it. Lovely pass. Just eludes the leader of Matty T. They're certainly struggling to get into the game here this afternoon at the moment, Benny. They're leading 4 lights, but so can they score from this? The Academy boy leaves the arena temporarily to retrieve the ball. So inside 50 here, so they'll be about 30 to 40 metres out from goal. Can they convert their first major?
Well, let's see what happens here. Pistols, it's boundary throw in, dangerous position. Here's an opportunity for Benson. He's giving it a red hot crack to Hocking. Handle pops out. One way then the other, Thompson. Houlihan. That's about that class on the left boot as well. Here's the big man Adcock, just tries to hack it off the ground around Dennis Raymond, the umpire. Middle of the ground now. Here's opportunity for Mayo, streaking forward for Ongas. It'll be a 1-on-1 contest. 8, applying the heat. Will he go again here? still in the area. O'Brien was there, but the wood should clear here potentially. Just a little bit fumbly, earning a free kick. Lucky to get out of that one was Zach Venning.
Yeah, Venning goes to fat side again, transfers it out here. Benson has been golfing. Certainly given. Sorry, it was Tatum who's certainly giving his all. Go back to Moore out towards the open wing area. Will it sit for Scott? Haven't seen a lot of him this term. Nurses ball back towards Vandenberg. So the former Western Lay Junior. Back in the day, Nurses the ball forward. It's a chance for the Dogs defence. Streaming through there is Benson. Typical no-holds-barred fashion. Cut out here. I think this is Lewis. High kick towards the goal mouth. Here's a chance now. Ball comes down here, going to ground. And the Dogs' defence taken down was Dean. Did he get rid of it? Yes, yes.
Oh,
back up to Willie.
Off he goes. Has a bounce.
Where's Willie? There he is. Coughs it up. Goes back for more. Coming through. There's a chance of Vanning. Nurses it forward. And finally, opportunity for the Dogs with the ACF Scott. But, well, social work there by Willie Fernhead, but just came stuck.
Yeah, don't mind that. Taking it on.
Moment.
Kick didn't quite connect for him.
So Alex Scott, Levick Spitz, West Adelaide, Sacred Heart, back at Blackwood. So Cameron James Davis right behind him. So the story will tell the picture, literally.
Missed.
He's pulled it wide.
Naught 10.
Score, so Blackwood building the picket fence there, Benny. It's a move to 10 straight behind. Onka 6-8. 16 minutes just over quarter wild. Second to.
I mean, it sounds a bit stupid, but they're still in it. Obviously, 34 points the margin, but the Dogs go down the other end of the ground here and get one.
Oh,
Thompson. Here's a go, Thompson. We know they can kick goals quickly, Blackwood. Not the best kick there. So Damien Green looking for some teammates. Kicks the ball inside 50, all by himself. Here's Cocciolone. Well, not by himself. He was floating across the pack anyway. And it's locked in half forward line.
I tell you what, Coach Spawn won't be out because he stressed about the turnovers. So certain that poor disposal was costing him once again. So they better, I think the painters after half time and the change room, I suggest the walls will be stripped of any paint. And Kieran Spawn gets hold of him again. And here it goes forward, and Mayo just going to the front spot taking a mark. So I'd like to see possession count here. I'd suggest Blackwood have probably had as many possessions already in this term as Onka. It's just that efficiency, Benny Goldfish, and as you said, the turnovers with poor disposals, hand and foot. So got the Mayo the chance to kick his second game, the third one in the opening term. So just add a little bit more pain as Blackwood trail 10 behind to 6-8 on his way in. Very straight. His teammates in the goals love it. Umpire goal by Trevor Gold loves it. But I tell you what, I don't think the Blackwood camp are having it.
No, dark skies overhead at the moment. Pistols, and certainly a case for Blackwood as we see a good shot at goal and a nice goal there for Mayo. Nails the goal for Onkas, who got a 7-8. Blackwood 10 points. Back in the middle. 7 Boom versus Dunn. Mildy, Pake and Mayo goal kickers in this term for Onkas. Blackwood have had some chances, haven't hit the scoreboard yet. Here's Jackie O'Brien, fends for the direct opponent, gets it to Houlihan, one way and the other. Play either side of the body, this time on his left, kicks the ball forward. A good defensive mark there for Woods.
Tatum, I think it is. Takes that, goes towards the outer side. Got a lead here from Clark in the sleeves. That's a very good contested mark in the end. And the pressure there from Clarissa. So, Tyson Clark. Short one out. I think this is River Moore. Undecided. Blackwood supporters in the background. There's just side. It's on the Dog's eye. Stephen going to heavily to the deck. It's drawing the free kick, bit slow to get it up there, but looks like it's okay. So once again, Scott moves it forward over Seymour's head. take the mark there to the Dogs. Sends the ball nice to the Mayo. He's got heaps of space to run and deliver, which he does to Consiglione.
Oh, what a great
and
mark.
that was tailor-made. You can also see that coming about.
What a way to pass.
Yes.
Well.
Great work, Mayo, just through the centre. Consiglione was there. Watch the ball all the way. Object. The youngsters watching that passage of play kept his eyes on the ball and took a very good mark and has the opportunity here. Raise his first goal. He's 10th of the season, Benny. So Mitch Consiglione sets it on its way, but unfortunately pulled it a bit to the right. So minus score. It's also a return of 3-5 now. So Onka's just pushing out a 40-point margin here, 20 minutes in the second term. And I should say Blackwood can't wait for half time to come so they can actually regroup. So it's even boom. Out of line. Front was Swiper, got his head to it. It's a sister at ground level from a teammate. Aidan Howard. Ball comes out the back. Here's Tainton threading his way clear, puts it up at Blake Fleming, the spare parts man for the Dogs. He's taken the mark defensively. Fanning comes out towards the wing area, setting himself to Ziva over the back. Zadcock spoils effectively. Then follows up nicely. Smothered an attempted handball. So good work by the skipper there to see a little bit of precipitation against the fall here up by Dennis Raymond. Balled up. Fanning gets the ball taken fans by Davis. Cleverly around the corner, puts the ball into space. Will it sit here? Here's a chance for T. But he runs out of tarmac over the boundary line in front of the club rooms for around the area. So Blackwood with all the work to do. Control 10 straight behind to the Dogs 7-9-51. So ball comes out. Here's a chance for Spawn. High kick on the left. Drifting wide, and finally Sinot gets a hand to it. As actually tucks it behind post signal by the umpire, so no score will be recorded. We'll have a throw in from the Academy boy. As the heavens start to open up here. So, ball comes down here. O'Brien gets the ball out. Here's a chance for Hurley. He's set upon by the big man and lately there for the Woods. So, no attempt to get rid of it. So up go again. So lately, understand Davis lurking. Good chance by Consiglione, got out to O'Brien, kills it nice around the corner. Involved there with Clark. Ball out over boundary line. So once again, the Academy ball will come in and ball things up. So conditions in the first quarter very pleasant. I'll tell you, they've sort of dropped a fair bit now. It's aimed by Houlihan, goes through the centre, puts it forward. Dangerous territory. Walden off the ball, wrestling with Adcock. Foot races on. There's a chance for Milne getting involved there. Goes to ground level, lurking is Thompson. The young man gets a attempted clearance away with a handball. Taken by a teammate, gets clearing kick. One grab, two grab, and the big man Zebulon takes the mark, centre wing area. Looks to feed it off. Gives it to Spawn. Comes back inside centre square, looking for a teammate, but I'll tell you what, Dogs going to ground there. There's Green, ball held in there underneath, Sam Variety, also involved there was Howard, so umpire Tonkin will come to the ball up, and what has really become autumn weather here in Blackwood. Benny, rain falling, cloud starting to close in. Dave Richardson, you'll know weather presenter.
Yeah. James has fixed the camera back up again. Just needed a rain jacket up there to cover the screen. So all looks good now. Overcast conditions, a little bit of drizzle. Dogs have set it up here with a 7-9 to 10 point start. Just haven't really, got anything going at the moment, the Wood.
No. There's a spark in these conditions.
Yeah, there's no spark. Big match for them. Need someone to get it going here.
Number Bill Tonkin with a bit of a wry smile on his face as he sets it up again. So Fanning gets the ball forward and follows up. Great level to the big man.
No need for the second action.
Oh, that's well called there. Bit of push and shove off the ball. Meanwhile, so he's on the play here.
Sure, James.
There you are.
Oh, Salish.
There is some ugly things going on behind the play here on the other wing.
Yep.
Slayers just a little bit of frustration spilling over there. Some point Tonkin breaking up. Meanwhile, the game continuing on the opposite flank. It's a chance the Dogs comes out to Kutsira. Gives it up there to a run of a teammate. He goes long towards the top of the square. Getting back is O'Brien.
Oh, great.
Oh. Couldn't complete the mark. I think the goalpost was looming up, or umpire Raymond coming in here. And yes, looked like O'Brien has been paid the mark for a high infringement, but he was very where that post was as he was trying to complete the mark. Point blank range. Another one, and just to add salt to the wounds, and well, Blackwood. Plot's starting to slip away here, Ben Goldfinch.
Yep.
Just before half time, so that Coach Kieran's born. Love to get the boys in rooms, and
There'll be a stern beat Pistols, no doubt about that.
9 to 10 points is the score, so 47-point lead in favour of the Valley Bulldogs here, the visitors.
So, can't be much longer left. It's been a good start to the match anyway from the Dogs. 8 goals to zip and 4 goals apiece in each of those quarters. So they can only focus on what they can do at the moment after they lost the Rams last week. And they have hit this contest ferociously from the opening bounce.
Absolutely, what I came here. This is Siren going in the background, and if I was a Blackwood player, I'd be saying, I might stay here during the break.
Yeah.
So tell you what's going to be on the end for them. It's one of the biggest breaks they probably had this season so far in the game, as Benny Goldfinch said they came into.
Yeah.
Against 3-3 playing side, that's 4-2, so only a game behind them, and only sitting percentage out of the top 5. So the result here is not looking good on besides the win, but also the percentage situation. Benny, let's take a severe hit here.
They're gonna this will be a severe message at half time, Pistols.
Like if Jaden Jay's not in, we'd send him in. He'd have to have the dump button, I'd suggest.
Yeah, the Bronx cheers, are they?
Yeah, but the Woodsman.
I think they
the
were.
Axman, sorry, perhaps not very happy, but all right. As
Well, we'll have a bit of a break now.
Regroup,
see what we can do with the audio.
Runs through opening half, and as we said, 8-9 plays 10 points, so a 47-point lead in favour of the Dogs. And we'll just quick goal kicks. Pate has 2, Mayo has 2, O'Brien has 2, single to Carissa and Connor Mildy. And for Blackwood, well, we don't have to worry about that. So, as we said, 10 points on the board for the Blackwood Football Club in a game that's very important. Meanwhile, half time was to go around the grounds, and a similar story, Benny, at Chunga Harndall 7-6 lead Chunga 1 behind. So Harndall there looks like they're well on the way to maintaining their undefeated record so far this season. But without further ado, we'll take a short break here. We might go and find something to warm us up, a bit of a coffee as the temperature's dropped a little bit. But with Onka Valley leading 8-9, 57 to Blackwood 10 straight behind. We'll be back soon for the second half here on the Call of the Wild. Trust you're enjoying our coverage.
tram to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some noise, support the boys, and that's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be, and well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. I got my scarf, got my old coat. I got a footy game to go to. Footy's on, footy's here again. Back to greet me like an old friend. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. I'll meet a friend outside the ground. We'll argue over who's gonna win. He'll go for his team, I for mine. We'll watch him slug it out right to the end. And show me the crowd and I'll take my place. I'm hungry for the taste of it. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about I got a long road to walk down to catch a tram to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some noise, support the boys, and that's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be, and well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like.
Welcome back live to Woodtech Oval in Blackwood. Half time of the round at 7 Hills Football League Division 1 contest. Well, we use that loosely between Blackwood and Onka Valley, and it's the Valley Dogs with a commanding lead at the moment, 8-9-57, leading Blackwood 10 straight behind, so 47-point margin during the long break here. And no doubt, Coach Kieran Spawn, we heard a bit of him at quarter time, sorry. So I can imagine at half time he would have been absolutely incensed with his team's performance. And well, the Dogs are out in the field already, raring to go for the second half, and Blackwood yet to emerge from their room. So no doubt a few home truths being spelt out in no uncertain manner there in such an important game. They sit just outside the 5 on percentage, and only a game behind Onkas, but tell you what, the first half has certainly seen the domination of the Bulldogs. And as we go round the ground here, we have, can't read my own writing, Harndorf 7-6, leading Achunga 1 behind. Nan Bremer 12-10 lead Ironbank 1-3, and Mount Lofty 9-6 are leading Mount Barker 5-3. So yeah, a few comfortable margins, and goal scoring coming hard to get at a few other venues here this afternoon. Goldie in the Hills Football League. But Blackwood, as we just said there, was apart from the obvious, how do they get back in the game? What do they need to straighten up besides just about every facet of their game, Benny? Particularly the turnovers, and the coach stressed that quarter time, and certainly as if they weren't listening.
Well, they're finally back out on the ground, Pistols, so let's see how they go. But just look, there was just nothing there in the first half. Like
we talked about wanting that spark, but
there was no spark. There was turnovers. There was no scoring power. There's obviously no Deruta down there, but I mean, they've still got some classy players across every line. So
I know they've kicked 15 goals for the season. That's obviously their trump card, but if you're going to put all your eggs in one basket in any form of footy, you're asking for trouble.
That's right.
If the player's injured, as he is today, or well held, you've got to get some.
Matt T, he's a gun. He's a gun. Hasn't quite been on song at the moment. Jack Lewis, he presented a little bit there in the forward line. Benson always crashes in. I mean, they've got a premier ruckman in Seven Boom.
I tell you,
I'm expecting them to come out here hard like they did last week, but it shouldn't take a half to spark them back into action.
Also, Benny, in such a big game, they've got a good crowd in the house. The Axman coterie group are here, and we know what good support. We spoke to their president, Blackwood president, Dave Richardson, pre-match about the importance they have. So they'd be wanting a good show from their boys, but they'd be very disappointed. So this will show the first 10 minutes, Blackwood. This could be their actually line in the sand moment for the season. When you think about it, they have not beaten a side above them this year so far. So, and as I said, Onkas are a game ahead of them, and they have some very hard games to come, Blackwood, over the second half of the first round of the draw. So, wow, one wonders what's in store for them, Ben.
Well, the audio's been fixed, Pistols, for the second half. Maybe it was the cloud covers or something. Anyway, we've repeated the system, and now we've got crystal clear footage and we've got crystal clear audio. So great work, Salish, there.
Hopefully, wherever you're watching us globally, that we're coming in loud and strong here for the second half. Now, of course, we've got to thank Filming Footy, Sports Interactive Dartfish, of course, HFL sponsors, Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End, Sports Power, Sharon, Courier Newspaper, Rostow Homes, Sports Safety, and importantly, Think Road Safety for their support. So,
and Lofty 88.9 FM will be taking the second half here. As Woods, 3 players coming to the interchange bench. One of them is Edward Vandenberg. He actually won the beanie and the thongs last time we were at Blackwood. Blake Fanning on the bench for Onkas, along with Henry Harvey. So back in the middle, second half action here from Woodtech Oval in Blackwood. Here's a better start immediately for Blackwood as Hocking laces out a teammate there across the half-forward line. And Wender, who showed some signs, Pistols, in that first half. Sam Davis, he takes the mark. Good player. Kicks the ball forward. Juggling marks already. Whatever Coach Kieran Spawn has said at half-time has worked nicely, because Jack Lewis has got a shot at goal here for Blackwood's first goal of the match.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Not just of the second half, of the match.
So he's only had the 4 games, of course, trying his luck out down at Sturt this season. Of course, past Adelaide Crows set, full top-up player. So has kicked 3 goals for the season. So, unbelievable. Chance for his first and Blackwood's first.
Missed.
Sad tale continues as he's pulled it. So
better start, though.
Well, you've got to look at the positives, because that's the only way they can do it, Blackwood, as they move on to 11 straight, Benny.
Yeah.
To 8-9 here on the call of the Wild.
Already you can sense there's better energy, Pistols, from the Woods.
Well, you'd think so. I think the message might have been spelled out loud and clear during the break.
Matty Dean on the bench as well for Onkas, just having a chat to Coach Watts. He'd be happy with their start. As I said, lost to Rams last weekend as Zach George Dent brings the ball in for Onkas.
So George Dent to the outer side. It's Big Zevenbaum getting across, making the contest. Ball speed forward. Leading the race for the ball there was Clark. Also involved there is Sammy Green. Both of them end up on the deck as umpire Bill Tonkin will come in aboard up.
Umpires today, of course, Dennis Raymond and Bill Tonkin Pistols. Will get to the boundary umpire shortly.
Just on the edge of the centre of the forward arc. Ball comes out wide here. Handball out there. Finally clearing kick hack forward. But meanwhile the whistle is gone from Tonkin.
Benson.
So it looks like it'll be Daniel Benson to take the free kick. So he have the honour of being the first goal kicker for Blackwood Football Club here this afternoon.
Well, Onkas will be well aware of what happened last week, Pistols, between Lobethal and Blackwood. Onkas kicked 7 goals in the third term to get within 4 goals at three-quarter time. So, and it was kicking towards the same end of the ground as well.
So
but they need to get a goal, firstly.
Yep, so Benson 8 for the season. As I said, he's like a new recruit this season. Only played 3 games in 2022.
He's missed as well.
Yes, missed as well. Maybe the Yaxmen are starting to run a bit of a sweep.
First goal kicker.
Yeah, a sweep in there for the first goal kicker. What time and who it'll be?
0-12 now, Blackwood.
So
that's right, 0-12, 8-9, Onkas.
So George Dent disappears down in the koala country here at Blackwood Park.
Our boundary umpires Brodie Bowen, Harry Scholes, Jackson Scholes, Cade Gould, and goal umpires Darryl Wood and Trevor McDonald, the great man.
Cast of thousands in green here this afternoon, Benny. So finally, George Dent, he'll be tired after his long trek, Harry Butler style, puts the ball out wide, but a good mark taken out there by young Keenan Dunn. Called the play on, gets a hurried kick out wide. Target out was Adcock, good defensive ball by Walden. Overrunning border was Tate, and he gets a chance for the Dogs to go forward inside 50 for the first time in this half.
Oh!
Big pack clashing there. Ball comes to ground. Chance there for Leone. Ball fed out there. Here's a chance for Pate, the danger man.
Connor Mildy crashed into Pate there in the marking contest.
Friendly
goes
fire
up to him
goes
and says,
over
sorry
to check
about
him
that.
out. So Dennis Raymond actually...
He's earned a free kick from his teammate, has he? No.
Must be an infringement from Rivermore, surely. So Pake, who kicked 2 goals in that opening half, to continue his average of a goal per quarter in this game, chooses to run round. He's going to go across the
Mayo.
front.
Oh.
Chance for Mayo. He spilled it. Comes out here to Spawn. On the left, nurses it around into the gap. Defensively, first to get there with George Dent. Well up the ground.
Tunnelling.
And taken over was young Calnan.
Yeah, landed on
A
the
bit
old...
of tunnelling there if we were playing basketball. So young...
That would hurt right on the buttocks there.
Yeah, young Rhett Calnan still eligible to play under-18s football, Goldie. So what a talent he's going to be in the future.
Not sure if he'll get the distance, but he kicks it forward towards Mayo. Presents nicely, bursting off the scene there for the Dogs with Green. Mayo this way, that way. Around the corner. And that's a good mark. Low down, Jaden Howard has floated down from defensive line.
Wow. Mayo had time there to stop, prop, pick out a target. So once again, Blackwood really not manning up as well as they could. So Howard, only the 1 goal so far this season. As Goldie said, regular defender off half-back.
No, that's...
Now, I tell you what, that's got to
putting
really
the
hurt
salt
you
in the
when the
wound,
opposition
Pistols.
defender kicks
Yeah.
goals and you haven't got one on the board through your regular forwards.
Yeah. Yep. Just getting a bit of water here in the middle of the ground as he floats back towards the defensive 50. In fact, he's coming off Pistols for a bit of a spell. So well earned, as you often see. Someone kicks a goal and they come straight from the ground. So Onkas, after the Woods had a couple of shots on goal to start the third term, they go to 9-9. Blackwood 12 points. Haven't got a goal yet, Blackwood, at the 7-minute mark of the third term. We're on Call of the Wild Facebook page and Hills Football League Facebook page and Filming Footy YouTube. Good quality sound and footage now for the second half. Few issues in that first half, but we're right now. Of course, we're on Lofty 88.9 FM, Adelaide Hills Community Radio with Altitude. As Spawn gathers the ball, tries to get it to a teammate who's immediately wrapped up in a tackle out there. And the Dogs absorb the early challenge there from Blackwood. And now they've got a goal on the board, thanks to Howard. So stoppage situation, outer side. Will Fernhead actually went up there for the ruck contest. Bursts through. Shovels a handball out there. The Woods moving forward. It's Clark. And umpire says it's holding the ball. So a good tackle there by Green.
Yeah, nice adjudication by Sammy Green. Told the umpire what he wanted. The umpire agreed with him. Nurses run forward, but a low-ranking kick taken by Spawn. Quickly delivers a little wedge kick back.
Oh, gone, T.
Run down there. So
Coach
Matty
Spawn would
T.
be happy with that.
So Sinot taking the mark, then rather laconically, and T onto him like a seagull on a chip. If you just watch this, takes the mark, then I'll be off.
Gone.
Bang. So, Matty T.
Can he be the first goal kicker for the Woods?
I'll tell you what, if you got his name in the raffle with the Axeman, you might be just starting to spark up at the moment.
Yeah, who's your pick out there? Who's going to kick the first goal for the Woods?
So T, kick 6 for the season. He's done it, and I tell you what.
There we go. Finally.
They come from everywhere. Look at them get around him. So finally.
Finally, literally.
8 minutes into the third quarter, if you can believe it, Blackwood kicked their first goal. So good, we'll show the replay of it. Matty T.
We might even show
Take
that
us through
again.
it, Benny.
Well, let's just say it was much needed, Pistols. Woods have had a couple of shots in this third term. Much better start for them in the second half.
As silly as you've mentioned previously, if
They're still in
they get
it.
a roll on, suddenly they could be right in
absolutely.
this. But, that's the challenge for them.
They're still in this. They just needed to get that first goal just to get something going. Green wrapped up the tackle. Could have been caught holding the ball. Now there's an extra little bit of spark here from the Woods, but the umpire Raymond is on the scene and he says it's a free kick here for the Dogs. So Tommy Mayo, maybe a little bit of corky there on the left leg. Kick forward. Not the best work there. Pake over the back. Here's an opportunity for...
Tatum.
Is that a Blackwood player? See what I mean, Pistols?
Yep.
Sometimes hard to pick out the opposition. Here's Kuiper. He's got Fanning. Kuiper now on the right boot. Kicks the ball inside 50. Dogs need some presenting down there. And Blackwood, you get a feeling are just starting to click a little bit here. I know it's taken a while.
It's funny how getting that goal just does so much for you. So looks like Pate down there just getting some running repairs. So a big Zevenboom.
Some sides have had some issues with goal kicking this year, Pistols. Talk about Mount
holding
Lofty.
the game up and Pate. It's a cramp there.
Mount Lofty kicked 6-16 last week.
Just getting some running repairs from the skipper. He's got a broken ankle. Considered doing the world of good, Jakey. But he's up now, so you've done well, Dr. Jake.
Right.
Ball comes back out here. Chance for Blackwood, move it forward. But
Turnover again.
only to Carissa. So Carissa amongst the goals here this afternoon. Puts it back from whence it came.
Good
And
mark.
Adcock,
Adcock, can we look at that?
fresh from
That's
medical
against
duties.
Waldron as well. That's what you want with your big forward, captain.
Exactly. Put up the Dukes and Clunker. So as we see, Carissa with the mark. Sees the big boy lumbering out. Just sets it up nicely into the Dukes. Bang. Great stuff in. Waldron determined. You can see Waldron just slap his hands to give it, he gave it his best shot.
We've given himself a big run up here.
And also trying to give it his best shot is big Jakey Adcock. Yet to get on the goal kickers this afternoon.
Oh, it's a beautiful kick.
He has rectified that, so the countering goal has come quickly for Onkas through the agency of the skipper, Jake Adcock.
That's a big highlight for the Dogs Pistols. I was wondering when the big forwards were going to take a strong mark, and big Adcock against one of the premier defenders in the competition. Put the hands up, strong mark. Dog supporters would love that. It's what you want from your big forward.
So come out to 11 minutes, third term. It's Onka Valley in control, 10-9-69. Blackwood 1-12-18. Yes, don't adjust your sets. 1-12.
Back in the middle, 7 boom, 1 it out. So can the Woods go forward once again? Have I got one goal on the board? Crashing the pack. That's good. Around the forward area, T hunting in, along with Sam Davis.
So
forward line.
They just need to hold this ball in here now. As lately doing the ruck work. Ball
That's
comes
good.
on lately, bit of improvised soccer work, puts it forward. Come here, it's George Dent. He goes
Good
to ground
tackle.
under pressure.
That's all you got to do.
Matty T. And holding the ball in there, so inching towards goals. In fact, T winning a free kick there. So I tell you what, if you got him to kick the second goal in the Axman's raffle,
Wow,
you'd be
get
more
around him.
excited. So T, the chance to become a multiple goal scorer. And in fact, the only goal scorer for Blackwood at this stage of the game as they try to claw their way back in. So Matty T, 7 goals.
I've got a stat here from Jaden
Yep.
J, but I'll deliver that if he kicks this. He's kicked it. All right, they're a sniff here. They're a sniff. They're starting to build a little bit here. So just recapping, Pistols, according to Jaden J here, third quarters. Blackwood's best quarter this season so far has been their third quarters with an average third quarter score of 24 points. Their best quarter at Blackwood this season is the third quarter with an average quarter score of 5 goals. Last week they scored almost 8 goals in the third quarter against Loberthal. So, but that's an issue as the goal...
What's an issue? He's just come off, the goal kicker. Meanwhile,
Goal
back in the
kicker's
centre.
come off with a hamstring injury.
Yep, there's a chance for Benson. Puts it high, lately lumbering out. But Onka Valley defence and the experienced Joffa Jeffries just sits in front of the pack and takes a mark. So Benny Jeffries out wide. Oh, finds Cozzolione. Great attempted effort there by Benson, but Cozzolione just managing to take the mark. So Mitch Cozzolione nurses the ball further forward. Oh, big leap up there. Couldn't complete the mark. Handball out wide. Blackwood showing a lot more fight here. Bouncing ball. Will it go their way? Yes,
Flick
it
it
does.
on.
Will it sit for young Wender?
Good body
Bounces off.
work.
Here comes Thompson. The 2 youngsters for the
Can we look at that
Woods.
replay maybe shortly? Oh no, that's all right.
winning
Salish,
applause
it
there
was good.
from the
It
sidelines
was
from
just
the
good use of the body.
coach, captain.
Half forward
Spawn.
line for the Woods. You can hear the vocal cords working here at ground level from the Woods staff. It's a free kick for them as well.
Lately, yep.
They're a genuine chance here, Pistols. It sounds a bit weird.
No, it'd be Benson with the free kick or Lately. Bit of a raffle final. It's going to be Nathan Lately, Benny. Who only 3 or 4 years ago was playing C-grade footy, Benny.
14 scoring shots to 19. They trail by 45 points, but they're just starting to get things going here.
He has kicked 7 for the season, Benny, so does know where they are.
And he kicks a goal as well. As I said, they kicked 7 third quarter goals last week. The big lady delivers the good. C-grade best and fairest a few years ago, if I remember correctly.
Yep,
as you said.
absolutely. For Flagstaff Hill product. Initially.
Dogs need a settler here.
So, for the first time for the match, Blackwood, in terms of a quarter, outscoring them. They've kicked 3 goals to 2. 3-12-30. Onka's 10-9, so 39-point margin. Can they make further inroads? So try to wax the ball forward. Good strong work in the centre there. Ball
Just got
comes
to
out there. Benson,
push it
typical
forward.
Fashion.
They've got the players around the ball here in Benson.
Ah, well done, Benson. Need another mark here.
Good
well
work,
done,
lady.
Puts it down the ground for a contest. Coming out to meet it was he leg was Lewis. Umpire said no. Comes out into George Dent. Hot potato now for the Dogs defenders.
Much better.
Ball comes out here. Here's a chance close to the goals. Will it sit?
They're pushing here, Pistols.
Handball back here. Taking his young wind, I think. Oh,
Good work, though, there
that
from
a
the
sling
Dogs.
tackle. No, free kick will go back to Jaden Howard. A goal kicker in this term.
Yeah, Howard clearing the ball for the Dogs. Matches back in the balance. 39 points the margin, though, but Woods are starting to click into gear here. It's taken them a half. Here's Mayo. Kicks the ball half forward line. 2-on-2 contest. Mildy was in the back position. Managed to get a fist in there. Got it to Tom Mayo. Trying to hack it forward with Adcock. At the back of the bus is Green. Adcock comes through. Almost got the foot to the ball. It's a mad scrap. And eventually it's
He's got
gone
it.
through off Adcock's boot.
Perseverance by the big skipper as he gets his back-to-back goals for the Dogs.
Great work. And to say they needed that, it sounds a bit weird when they're 39 points up, but they definitely did. Just to settle it down a bit.
See him. Tail down the action. Here he comes. Tries to soccer. Misses it. Go back again. Finally. Gets the final toe poke. Didn't he love it at ground level? The double copper's coming out from Big Jakey.
He's starting to come into calculation here. Pistols kicked 2 goals in this term.
Absolutely. the Archies and the Beanie. Tell you, it'd be a good day to win the Beanie. A little bit chilly up here. So back in the centre, Zevenboom. Fanning. Zevenboom won it down the throat of Spawn. Held up in a tackle by Houlihan. Umpire Tonkin will come in once again. So up they go again. Zevenboom over the back this time. First to get there is O'Brien. Puts it forward for the Dogs. Bouncing ball. Rivermore leading in the race for the ball close to the boundary line. Young Callan there. Impressed with his work, the young man. Nice build for a footballer. As I said, still eligible for under 18s.
So boundary throw in, half forward line for the Dogs. Got the answer there through Adcock, but Blackwood is still persevering here. O'Brien's kick was smothered. Ricochet towards centre half forward. Good attack on the ball there for the Woods by Clark. Meantime, the ball's now on the outer side wing. McCarthy presented. Tried to handball to a runner. Went and got it himself. Out towards the boundary line. Coming in again is Clark. So he's been pretty proactive in the last few passages of play. And it'll be a boundary throw-in. McCarthy, of course, winning, I think, a couple of underage male medals, or best and fairest in the Hills Football League for the Woods.
The son of the legendary Nick McCarthy, past premiership player. So, Fanning, ball comes to ground. Hocking, Cozzolione, hot potato, comes back to Zevenboom, tries to burst his way through. Spawn at an airy, finally ball comes out the back door, taken by O'Brien. You know, he'll use it well, which he does. Puts it forward, Mildy.
Oh.
Used his body there to get rid of his opponent in Padro. Mildy still under pressure by the line. Holds on there. In the end, umpire Raymond says...
A few cars have got their lights on. Pistols might be an issue later in the day.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Ball, here's Green. Clever little handball.
Oh, big Dunn.
Found Dunn. If we can see that one again, Solis. Take a bow, Damien Green. Great work there with a clever little underground handball.
Yeah, good response from the Dogs. Obviously, Matt T off the ground at the moment, so they're being stretched for forward personnel. But meantime, down the other end of the ground, as Pistol said, Green to the big man Dunn, who's very agile, coming in across from Glenelg, and he runs in and snaps through a goal. So, couple back-to-back goals there for Onkas. They go to 12-9 to Blackwood 3-12. Just a player here at ground level for the Dogs, just getting a bit of taping done to the left knee. Hopefully they're all right. Looks like big Blake Fanning ready to come back on the ground. Will Fernhead also at ground level, and also Jacob Carissa. So decisive punch towards centre forward for the Woods. Kicked 3 goals in this quarter so far. Umpire says, I'll have it. Centre half forward area. We've gone 20 minutes in the third term. Zevenboom, decisive punch. Nice pick-up. Harvey kicks it on the left boot into the middle of the oval. 2 players went up. Hocking was the third player who got it. Hacked towards the wing area by Spawn. 1-on-1 contest. Joffa Jeffries uses his experience and beautifully gets it to Cozzolione. Pistol. He just has to pick it up. He slides in.
Yep, conditions now with a shower of rain there just before half time, make it a little bit slippery for the players. Keep their feet. Cozzolione example there. So Blackwood pushing. Certainly their effort in the first 20 minutes of the second half. Certainly much greater than anything they showed in the first 2 quarters, that's for sure. Ball comes out here. Here's young Henry Harvey involved. Gets the Houlihan. Tried 1-2 shimmies there, coughs the ball up, comes back to Zevenboom. The big man's been working hard in the air and ground level. Gets the ball out here to Banish. Banish into inside out, kick, puts it forward. That's a good mark in front taken there by the Samurai in Kuiper.
Yeah, Kuiper just near us. Left or right boot. Goes the right boot towards the half forward line. Adcock's the target. 3 Blackwood defenders went up. Spawn on the left boot. Joffa Jeffries looking to cut it off. Good pick up for the Woods. Eventually comes out.
Oh, courage.
Yeah. Ball comes out. Edward Vandenberg might get the highlights shortly of that courage work. Meantime, Kuiper gets it to Carissa. Good link-up play from the Dogs. Slip over, though. Clark wrapped up in the tackle there by Green.
If we could just go back, if Solis can find it, Nathan Lady. And just putting his body on the line there. Comes to Thompson. Quick hands out into Spawn. Certainly be having to crack the woods. Bouncing ball. Well, it's it for him. George Dent charging out. Howard involved. Got it to Matty Dean. Measured kick out wide. Here's a chance for Sam Green. Well, he got it. It's under pressure from Clark. Managed to get the handball out to Mayo. Good work by the Dogs. Overrunning the ball there was O'Brien. Comes back into Davis, but in the meantime, infringement there. And I think it'll be the last goal kicker in Ryan to take the free kick goal, the half-back flank area.
So Dunn kicks the ball forward for the Dogs. Adcock once again the target. And it's gone out of bounds. Half-forward line for the Dogs. They lead 12-9 to Blackwood 3-12, so a 51-point margin. Blackwood did threaten.
They got it back to 39, yep.
Yep, and then back-to-back goal for the Dogs through consecutive players there to Dunn and also Adcock. Meantime, half-forward line, kick forward for the Dogs. Dangerous position. Here's Pake. We've seen what he's capable of. Connor Mildy. Sensational. One step, left foot goal. Nice work by Pake too, setting it up.
Yeah, the live wire, and Connor Mildy just providing a bit of finish there.
He's been good, Pake.
Absolutely. Couple of goals, and when work like that, as you see, good chase, good awareness to know where his teammate was, and Mildy just sized up the situation, swings on the left. Thanks for coming. So, for all the good work that the Woods came out with, Onka's just really getting that ascendancy back. The forward attacks have now kicked 5-3. So back in the centre. Umpire Tonkin sets it up. Zeven boom. Ball comes down to Big Zeven at ground level. Doing it all at the moment. Ball comes out here. Oh, flicked out there. There's a chance for Ryan. Comes towards Thompson. Clarissa getting involved. Jeff Reese comes back to Thompson. He spills it. Gets some sort of a handball clear. Oh, soccer by Wender. It's been good this afternoon. The young man getting back there is Matty Dean. Stacks on the mill. Vandenberg involved. Leahy. He put his body on the line not long ago. In there again. Comes out into Ryan. Oh, the agile big man is called by Benny Goldfitch. Good work there. Comes around the corner to Green. Damien Variety puts it out wide and finds Zach George Dent. So George Dent.
Yep. Half back line, George Dent. Looks like there's a Blackwood player behind play here, Pistols. Just picking up the name. I think it's Michael Thompson.
Yeah, with the long locks, yep.
Matty T already off the ground. So a few injury concerns for Blackwood. Meantime, Onka's kick in the middle of the ground. Jacob Corissa takes the mark. Okay, thanks for that. Getting some good messages in after audio and visuals have been rectified at half time. Always aim to please the Call of the Wild people out there. Also on Filming the Footy YouTube. Meantime, through the middle of the ground, the Woods link up. Sam Davis driving kick forward. Take your pick. Eventually, good mark over the back.
Lewis.
And taken by Lewis.
Yep, just showing his experience at trying out at a higher level there. Benny just used his body nicely to work his opponent off and then took the chest mark. So you'd suggest, although with Blackwood's goal kicking today, it's probably a bit fraught with danger to suggest that this is certainly, but a man of his capabilities, Jack Lewis, should nail this, must nail it on the left. Goal umpire does move a little bit, but nothing really too major. So, good quarter of footy here for those watching, and big hello to Big Bluey Simons down in Tassie. Good to see everything's coming through nice and clear. Hopefully the snow isn't affecting it down there. It's snow on Cradle Mountain, apparently.
Is that right?
I heard. Yeah, down there. But Lewis, so 5-4 in this term, entertaining term of football. So they'll move on to 4-12 to 13-9. So back in the centre, Zevenboom wins the tap. Comes out here, good work there. Getting the ball in front. Here's a chance for Carissa. Will it sit for the racehorse? It does. Uses his pace in space. Puts it forward. Perhaps the fringe there was O'Brien taken
Pike.
by Pike.
He's
And I tell you what,
he's on track for a pair of Archies and Beanie after that one.
That is a sensational finish by Tyson Pike. He's been good all afternoon.
He has pistols.
He's taking that to another level. And I tell you what,
has a look at this.
The Sherpa can show that again. That is a magnificent.
If
he's on top of Everest with this goal, I tell you.
If ever you're going to say what is a front and centre goal, Pistols, it's that one.
I tell you, that's a candidate for the whoever it is goal of the season here on the call to wild.
Can we just look one more time at that, Salish?
Just one more time, Salish. Can never get enough of that stuff.
If not, that's fine. That was just a great goal. Let's have a look at this again. Pake, number 4, reads it perfectly. Good work by O'Brien too to bring it to ground level, and thanks for coming. A few classy goals have been kicked through that pocket, and Trevor Mack loved it going over his head.
That's right. Even better work by James Davis there, Cameron. Meanwhile, back the other end, here's a chance for Mayo as he repels the Woods' reply attack up towards the centre of the ground. 1 grab, 2 grab to young Ryan. He's been good this afternoon. Edward Vandenberg, ball at the gate there, gives it across to Venning, hacks it forward, bouncing ball, covering the metre. It's Hocking, fists it forward. He's got a couple of teammates. Lady is one of them. Can he grab it? The big man can't get down to it. Spinning out there is Willie Fernhead. Grub kick gets at least clear. Can't meet his Jeffries. There's a chance again for Venning. Was he led? No, said the umpire. Bit unlucky there.
Yep.
Chain of handballs finally ends with Coccolione.
Yep, gets it to green. They're on here if the Dogs, if they use it nicely. There's a player bursting out on the outer side wing. It goes in that direction. 1-on-1 contest. Houlihan, 1-on-1 versus opponent for the Woods. Out towards the boundary line. Good work. Clark involved. Onka's trying to drive the ball forward. Umpire says play on. Eventually the Woods sweeping handball out towards the outer side wing. Front on collision. Umpire says that's all right. I reckon, was that green against Evanburn? Yes. Wowee. Meantime, the ball's gone towards the half forward line.
Yeah, David and Goliath there, but,
Boundary throw in half forward line, 29-minute mark. Can't be much time left. 16 scoring shots to 23 for today. Almost 60 points at the moment. Player involved in a few of those passages was Tainton for Blackwood. Meantime, Benson, he could go bang here from 55 metres. Positions it nicely to his forwards who are bursting forward.
Davis,
one of them's Davis. And he's earned a free kick there against a couple of Bulldog players. Riley Sinnott saying, come on. Surely not.
So Sammy Davis, much trouble football. We'll kick off the side as you can hear in the background. Played at Butte, SNFL at Glenelg and North Adelaide, Benny, and also Murrayville, because Kieran Spawn's hometown. So
Dogs a player just copping one there low. I think it was Jaden Howard.
So this will just give them that little bit extra as they head in the half time, three-quarter time. They trail 93-36, but could bring it back to 50-point margin, which will still be a bit of a struggle, but you never know. You never know. So Sammy Davis, camera right behind him, and I tell you what, he's not going to trouble too many people with that sort of kicking.
No.
Through for a minor score.
Better quarter Pistols from the Woods, but they've got an uphill battle. 4-12 to 14 goals 9. Goal kickers in that quarter. T kicked a couple. Leahy and Lewis. And for Onkas, Howard, Adcock kicked 2, Ryan, Mildy and Pake. Pake's kicked 3 for today. Three-quarter time. Over to Salish now as the Dogs get into their huddle. And yeah, welcome back. Woodtech Oval here in Blackwood. And just got some comments coming in here. Jaden J. Hill enjoying the call. He's watching from Balaclava. The Peckers have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals to be up by 7 points at three-quarter time against the Hummocks Watchman Eagles. Meantime, back here at Woodtech Oval in Blackwood, it's Onka Valley leading 14 goals 9 to Blackwood 4-13 as the Dogs go forward once again with an opportunity in the wet here in the final term. Desperately around the action is Cocciolone. Gets it to Pate, looking for number 4. Shot at goal. And talking of Cocciolone, I think is Anthony Cocciolone's tuned in. So thanks for that, Anthony. He's tuned in. Got some round-the-ground scores. Nan 17-18 leading Iron Raiders 4 goals 6. And Achunga kicked 2 goals against Harndorf, but Harndorf leading 15-11 to 2-3.
And Mount Lofty 12-9 lead Mount Barker 5-3 over at the Devil Dome Goat Park. Meanwhile, ball spills out here is a chance for Green. Sam Variety. Handball's back. Tense work here by the Blackwood forwards. Finally gets to Davis around the corner. It's got to carry. Yes,
good goal.
It has.
Classy player as well.
Just evades the dive, the leaping dog defender. So Davis joins the list of goal kickers this afternoon for Blackwood. And just see the finish here, sets it up. I think it's a Kuiper on the line, leaping but just couldn't get a touch to it. So opening goal at the last term.
Of course, Sam Davis Pistols joined Blackwood when Kieran Spawn was announced. The 24-year-old, 193 centimetre, 92 kilogram, known for his flexibility to play in all positions. Joined the club, previously played at Butte Football Club in 2022 and making the YPFL Team of the Year. Also had some SNFL experience at Glenelg and North Adelaide. So back in the middle, meantime, umpire says free kick for the Woods through Benson.
Yep.
So Benson will drive the ball forward here, or towards centre forward. Fumbling the mark there was Hocking. Wrapped up in the tackle by O'Brien. He goes in again, and the Dogs are away through Will Fernhead.
Bouncing ball. First to get down Mayo, like this game this afternoon. Will's around, he'll feed it out to the runner Houlihan. Well, it's it for him. Yes, it does. On the left, Nurses.
How's about the delivery?
That is a superb lead.
What a kick.
To Cocciolone, the family will be happy with that one.
Yes.
Good work, good combination there. Mayo, Houlihan, Cocciolone. So it'll be for Mitch now to finish it off. Hasn't kicked a goal this afternoon.
Great work from our man James Davis
right
up there
him.
in the wet. It's raining here.
Where's Dave Richardson? Can't trust these locals.
Did he say it wasn't going to rain today?
So, Cocciolone said camera right behind him.
Great kick. How's about that kick?
That is a superb finish. So, Onka's just able to, I suppose when you lead 8 goals to 0, or 10 points at half time, you can just match what the opposition does. Every little bit of light Blackwood have with a couple of goals, Onka's can easily counter them as they've done so in this second half. So maintaining that firm hold, and in cricket terms, Benny, the 100 has come up. Onka Valley 15-10, leading Blackwood 5-13.
Back in the middle. Far more competitive second half than the first in terms of goal scoring. Blackwood did get a goal until, the 8-minute mark. Pistol of the third term through T, who's off the ground at the moment after kicking a couple of goals. Meantime, Benson kicks the ball out towards the outer side wing. Short pass from River Moore towards the half-forward line. Thompson coming back on the ground for Blackwood, so that's a good sign at least. Blackwood moving forward. Big pack, congested pack, half-forward line for them. Mad scrap. Dogs happy to lock it in. They've reached a 100-point ton. 15-10 to 5-13. I'll just go to Jaden J. Hill's stats shortly, Pistols, for the fourth quarter records.
You can almost see 4 seasons in one here. As you can see the shadows across the ground as the sun's out, but we've had a mixture of drizzle. We've even had the rainbow drop in just after half time. So we've had it all here at, the formerly known Windy Hill. Those who know Blackwood Oval I can assure you the weather conditions haven't changed much, that's for sure. So here's a chance, socketed forward there by Pake. He's been a live wire this afternoon. Foot races on. Getting back to the Blackwood defence. Bring the ball forward. Here's this way, that way. Finally, high kick forward. Good contest there. Lurking is McCarthy. Liam gets the ball out wide, finds a teammate here in Vandenberg. He'll handball back towards McCarthy. Missed the target. Another turnover for the Woods. Clark mopped up and handballed it back to O'Brien. He says Sankey puts it forward, bouncing ball. Nice shepherding there by Mildy, who kicked a miracle goal before.
Just a bit of stats here. Onka Valley have scored 115 points in the last quarter with an average of 20 points, which is the best quarter for them. They've won the last quarter every game but one this season. So that's a good sign for them as they look to finish this one off, Pistols, and that's gone out of bounds straight into the coaching dugout there for the Dogs. So Ben Jeffries, the coach last year, will drive it, well, squeeze it off the side of the boot. Don't know if that was intended. It's in our forward area. Here's Mayo off the side of the boot once again, so it's certainly slippery out there. Half forward line. Here's young Pate diving in, wrapped up in the tackle, and the umpire says holding the ball.
Oh, a bit unlucky there.
Quick on the whistle.
The umpire, but River Moore winning the benefit of the doubt there. So Moore quickly moves across here to Venning. What's on offer? Venning will come out broadcast stream side, puts it out here. He's got target in Spawn, bouncing ball. The co-captain has a bit of a fumble with that
slippery
ball. Great work there by Hurleyhan, dispossessed him, going back for it is Spawn. Meanwhile, the whistle is gone. And Hurleyhan gets a free kick out of that little section of play. Nurses the ball in. Intended target was Mayo. Good spoil there by Venning. Comes back to him. Handball, volleyball style put down towards Hocking by Zevenboom. Ball spills out once again and taken by Joffa Jeffries.
He goes forward. O'Brien over the top. Pakes around the action. So is Adcock. Snap round the corner, Connor Mildy. Probably could have handballed to a teammate there, but kicks a point. So Onkas go to 15-11, 101. Blackwood 5-13, 43. Just those sponsors once again. We'll get Salish to bring up the graphics shortly. Both Onkas and Blackwood sponsors today. As kick in, here we go. Blackwood sponsors, celebrations, helping you celebrate. Cattle, Crash Repairs and Edenwood Autos combining.
And of course, Wood Tech, who are the naming rights here, Benny.
As the Bulls, the half forward line. Closey Supermarket, Oakbank Hotel and Resource Co for the Dogs. And it looks like it's going to be a good win today for Onkas as they look to play Harndorf next weekend in a beauty at Balhanna. Meantime, looks like they've got some more scoring options here to come. Fisted out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw in half forward line for them, or deep in attack, I should say.
So just about 8 minutes to tick over this final term, and Onkas in charge here. On the call, while brought to you by Filming Footy, of course, the live stream game day recording specialist. Trust you're enjoying our global coverage.
Yep.
Once again, we apologise for a bit of audio hassles we had earlier on, but that's been rectified. As the ball fed out here. Oh, Brian nonchalantly spins out of trouble, gives it to a teammate in Mayo. Swings back onto the right, puts it out wide. There's a chance for Big Jakey, lumbers out, dispossessed. Chance there for Damien Green. Trying to crash through was Sam Green. And in the end, umpire Billy Tonkin will come in and ball up. So we're only about 30 metres out from Onka's goals. Comes down here. Cocciolione just trying to bollock his way clear, but held up. So another ball up.
Deep in attack here for the Dogs. Mayo, tackler there on McCarthy. 9 minutes gone, final quarter.
Just repeating around the ground, 3/4 time. Harndorf 15-11, Achunga 2-3, Nan Bremer 17-18, Ironbank Bridgewater 4-6, Mount Lofty 12-9, Mount Barker 5-3.
As Pake handballs to Cocciolone. Great goal, great team goal, and good hands there from young Pake. Pistols, who's kicking goals and setting them up as well.
Yep, absolutely. And back-to-back goals for Cocciolione, which will make Gary happy, no doubt.
Anthony, yeah.
Anthony,
the whole team.
Sorry,
it's probably a Gary.
Gary to his friends.
Oh, is that? Yeah.
No.
Whole clan, yep.
Whole clan, but yeah, there we are. And
nice
good
work
by
from young
Pake.
Pake.
And, well, I'll tell you what, he's been very effective.
Yeah, he's been very effective,
Very
Pistols.
effective up
Our
forward.
man, Inside Intel, told us he was playing at full forward today.
He did, which was small crumbing forward playing in the key
Pushing
position.
Connor, Mildy and Adcock up the ground.
Great ploy by coach.
And the Dogs look to go forward once again through Cocciolone, who has had a good game himself, Pistols, I've got
Yeah,
to
well, there's
say.
our man again.
Here's Pake, handballs off.
Sam Green.
He has a shot for goal. Right to the line, but marked defensive there for the Woods. And they move it out towards the interchange bench for Blackwood. For Onkas. Good mark overhead.
Lewis.
Jack Lewis.
Oh, it looks like he's got a 25 metre penalty as well.
Joffa just ushers him up the ground. Lewis driving kick forward for the Woods. No one at home though as Riley Sinnott takes the mark. Cocciolone takes a good mark. He's been good, Pistols.
He has indeed. He's kicked a couple of goals and been creative. Nurses at forward. That's a part of creativity. Pinpoints, finds the slug. Damien Green goes out wide. Oh, good defensive work there by Clark. Gets it from Sam Green. Clark still following up. Ball just won't sit for him, as you said. A little bit drizzly and slippery now, the agate. Also going to ground level there. I think that was Kuiper underneath that. So line ball out there on the outer side wing, the playground area. So ball up. Fanning arrives and directs it towards the boundary line. Is that deliberate hit out of bounds? No, they don't pay that.
Actually, young Tyson Pake, Pistols, made his A-grade debut against Achunga this year after some outstanding B-grade games. So
Well, certainly doesn't look out of place in the higher level, that's for sure. Benny
Yeah.
comes back into Clark on the left foot. Well smothered there by Green.
actually 2020. Whoops, that's a few years ago.
Damien Green,
Pistols.
well, he's been in for a couple of years, so
Yep.
he's found his level at the top, top level.
Okay.
So throwing Fanning goes unopposed, gets it down in the meantime. The umpire said to the academy boy, have enough of throwing, that's fair. They've had a hard time this afternoon with the conditions, so they've battled on well, the academy boy, so no harm done there.
Boundary throw in, outer side. Go at it. Cocciolone. Handball over the top. Here's Pake once again. Linking up well outer side. Dogs go forward. Here's an interesting ball. It's bobbling around. Blackwood should clear here. Driving ball out towards the outer side wing. Good spoil. Out towards the boundary line by Green.
That was Cody Padrove with that burst out of defence there, Benny.
And it's gone out of bounds. Bit of sunshine now here at Woodtech Oval in Blackwood. 64 points the margin.
So, throw in. Zevenberg. Fanning gets it down. Dogs go forward. Thompson in front. Good spoil by Calnan. Two good young footballers there. Clashing. Oh, good follow-up tackle provided. Tonkin on the spot. Says, good line ball decision, boys. I'll have it. So, Bill Tonkin, actually junior footballer on his day here at Blackwood. Zevenberg, the leaper, gets out the back door. Here's Davis. He's worked into the game as it's gone on, returning after injury. Bouncing ball. Chance for Kuiper. The Samurai goes to ground. Got supported from Sam Green. This way, that way. Goes backwards. Misses the target, but coming through there. Might have been Fernhead. Puts it high. Green almost grabs a one-hander. Tries to tap the ball to his advantage. Finally gets clear and goes with the boot.
Towards the half-forward line. Good attack on the ball. Woods looking to move the ball forward or towards the outer side wing in the sunshine. Here's Benson, meantime. Just throws it on the boot. And backing back there, Riley Sinnott takes uncontested mark. Kicks in towards, Fernhead territory. Could have been cleaned up with a strong spoil. Here's a chance for the Woods, meantime, through Hocking. Jack Lewis looking to shepherd Fernhead. Lewis gets the ball. Put this one down for a goal, I reckon. On the left, maybe. Hits the post. It's a lovely kick of the football.
So, bring it back quickly. Out here towards O'Brien. Good spoil there for Vanderberg. Ball hits the deck. Oh, just barreled over the line there was Green. There's Vanderberg. The ball's still in play. Jeffries waits for him to arrive. They're locked up, gets it back into O'Brien. O'Brien, a high kick around the corner. Effective, gets it up here. Good sport from behind by Moore. Comes to Cannon. Gives it back to Houlihan. Houlihan lifts the eyes and picks out a teammate there in Cocciolione, who certainly had a big last term. So Mitch just nurses up the line towards Mayo. Good spoil there for Blackwood. Keeps the ball from a mark. Over the top once again. Mayo still fighting. Still desperate work by the Dogs. Here's the excitement machine and Pake. Ball spills out here. The bundled over line is River Moore. Just down from the Onka Valley coaching group. And Coach Mark Watts
rotating the play.
First victory here at Windy Hill.
Spot on, Pistols. He's taking on Hardorf next week as well. Push out. Free kick against Adcock. Goes to 7 Boom. Look away handball. Not sure about that one. Puts his teammate under enormous Pete. And it's gone out of bounds. At least they were trying to move it quickly, I suppose. Meantime, Green, this way, that way, snaps the ball around the corner. Chop out almost. Ball hits the deck. Free kick here for the Woods, centre half back.
Yeah, I think Clark, he's played pretty well this afternoon. He'd be high in their best tries. Don't know if they'd have actually had a winner on the ground. Taken here by Dunn, gives to the run of Kuiper. Goes long inside 50, trying to find a target there up, and there he is. Cocciolione just couldn't complete that. Meanwhile, umpire Tonkin says yes, he did hold it long enough. Mitch, the ball just slipped at about the third or fourth grab, I'd suggest. So Mitch Cocciolione, chance to kick his third goal, all coming in this final term. So he's certainly come home with wet sail. 16 and a half minutes gone.
So Cocciolione with a shot here, Pistols. He's missed that to the left. 17 minutes gone. We haven't had a goal kicker in this term. We have, sorry, I'm just missing my notes here. Coccioloni's kicked 2, obviously, and Davis 1. Yeah. Kick out for the Woods. Clarissa tried to get it towards Kuiper, eventually does. Here's 7 Boom. Good pass up the wing. Good overhead mark by the young man Wendo, who's playing well.
Yeah, hasn't been their worst this afternoon. Got it to Spawn and gave it to Benson. Benson goes forward. There's a chance for Davis. Once again, that resilient Dog defence. So well done by George Dent. Sidestep. Then puts it out. Here's a big leap from behind by Zed. But plucked by Spawn. Can he finish off with a goal?
Yes, he can.
He does. Reese likes it. So certainly a bit of spirit in the Woods in the second half. But I think the horse was well and truly bolted well down the street when you're trailed by 47 points at half-time without a goal on the board, Benny, as we see the replay, and Reece loving that one.
So back in the middle. 7 Booms in there. Benson, Edward Vandenberg, Hocking. And for Onka's Dunn in the ruck. Houlihan, Jesse O'Brien. So in we go. 7 Boom won that one. Down to O'Brien. He'll kick the ball forward. Long, strong, inside attacking 50. Over the back. Here's an opportunity for Pake for number 4. Thanks for coming. Great goal. 4 on the back, 4 in through for a goal. 4 goals today for the young man. And he's well on track at the moment for an effective performance. Pistols, he's done well.
Well, very effective, and he goaled in the first 45 seconds of the game, Benny, so that sort of set the tone.
Goal in each quarter.
That he was going to go, and as we said, it's goal in each quarter. So you can't do any more than that as far as consistency. So back in the centre, ball fisted forward. Here they go again, Onkas. They still haven't finished, realising
Green!
Percentage is Damien Green.
Oh,
Off line. So even though their margin is pretty handy, 115 to 50, they're still pushing home. 17-13, plays 6-14 here on the call of the Wild, filming footy coverage of the Adelaide Hills Football League Division 1 competition. So just about 20 minutes gone.
very impressive performance, Pistols.
Yes, and as Benny said, they face the Juggernaut and Harndorf next week, so that'll be a real test for the Bulldogs at home next week at Balhanna Oval. It's a good contested mark taken by Nathan Lady. He's batted well to big man this afternoon, gives it a spawn. Last goal kicker for the Woods. Waste no time, he puts out here towards Hocking. One grab, two grab. He's got Lewis on offer here. If he wants him, decides to go short. Vandenberg scooped up, but runs into a whole pile of trouble. So probably not the best option there from Hocking when you had Lewis out here in the clear. So it looks like it's Houlihan with the free kick in the centre of the ground.
He kicks it long, strong, inside 50. Ball hits the deck. Sniffing around the contest is Green. Lays a good tackle. Thompson out towards the boundary line. Kick around the corner. Woods now at half back. Great work from Carissa. Looking for support from Zach George Dent. Good inboard pass. Here's a chance for the Dogs to go forward through Rhett Calnan. Meantime, ball goes forward, and the Dogs take a mark here by O'Brien with the incoming pass from Jaden Howard, who's been rock solid once again.
So
Just testing this microphone, Salish. Just testing this one.
Jesse O'Brien here.
Jesse O'Brien with an
45
opportunity to kick a goal.
45 minute. Meter angle. Has pulled it across the front for a minor score for the Dogs. So come out the 22 minutes gone. Perhaps something that we've known was on offer since, midway through the second term. Onka Valley are going to have just their second win here in 14 meetings.
Clark with the ball meantime on the outer side wing. Nicely collected by Will Fernhead. And it's gone out of bounds. So this is working now. Just getting the microphone ready, Pistols, because one of us has obviously got to go out there and fill the huge shoes left by Jaden.
I know you'll be able to do it.
I don't know how to start the, shall I say, take us through it?
Yes. The viewers love that. They're creatures of habit, Benjamin, so we wouldn't want to change that. And I'm sure your man.
I'll use my opening line, take us through it.
I'm sure our man will be watching the stream and just see how you go.
Pick me
That's
the
a rookie
paces.
in that department. Meanwhile, the ball comes down. Lately, the big fly. Ball spills free here. Here's a chance for McCarthy, looking for support. Comes back to Spawn. Can he become a dual goal kicker in the last quarter? He has, Reese, and he loves it. Gets around a couple of the Dogs there, but I think the horse has already bolted well and truly, Reese. Save your powder, mate, for the next round. So 23 minutes in, and I tell you what, if you're a Blackwood fan, you can look at an even scoring after half time. Would have matched them 3 goals apiece this turn, and what was it, 4 goals to 6 in the third term. But when you allow the opposition to kick 8, 9 to 10 points in the first half, you're always going to be up a certain creek with a certain paddle, Benny, I'd suggest.
Yes, just noticing young Pake is off the ground, Pistols, with the calf just ice, so he's obviously just being eased in.
Meanwhile, it's a chance for Houlihan as you look at that. Comes forward to O'Brien, nearly took a miracle one-hander. Looking to give off, decides I'll go with a high ball. Goal square, getting through and taking the mark is Adcock, and he kicks the goal.
Salutes the judge too.
Great work there by the Peg man, Peg Jakey. That's his third of the afternoon. He's come into the game in the second half. And if we can see that replay again, there it is. High ball. You got to keep your eye on Adcock. Just keep his eyes on the ball all times. Put the big frame there. Puts it through and salutes and says, I'll have that. So 18-14, 122.
Oh, out there, or maybe we can position him in front of this camera and have a chat to him through the window, Pistols. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, ask the man
Salish,
in charge.
could we... yeah?
Ask
Let's
the
get
man
him
in
there.
charge here.
Yeah.
That's the king of Kathmandu. He'll tell you how to do it. So back in the centre, Fanning gets a knockdown. First to get better Benson. He's still not knocked up, even though the position is irretrievable. Gives it to Vandenberg. Little short kick up, but once again a turnover, unforced turnover there. And made to earn that one.
Oh!
Whoa!
Hello.
Interesting bit of behaviour in front of umpire Raymond. It's Willie Fernie, because last time we had him on the call, he's a single man, Benny.
He got a pair of beanie and a pair of thongs that night, didn't he?
He might have been wearing it on the wedding night.
Absolutely. Kick forward there by Dunn. A little bit easy there in the forward line. Here's a chance for Mildy once again. Around the forward pocket area. Big Dunn going in. And held up forward line. In fact, it's a free kick here, is it?
I think, was he? Yes, he was indicating. Yeah,
Done.
it's going to be done. Yeah, the young man. Kynan Dunn, of course, as we said, Millicent product initially, and played last year with the Bays, being their SNFL zone, and has found his way to the kennel and been a pretty good acquisition, Benny. Second chance, second goal of the afternoon. If he can nail it, he has indeed.
Well, they're finishing very strongly now. It's a 5-goal quarter, isn't it, Pistols?
Absolutely.
A complete 4-quarter effort, as they coaches like. Won every single quarter.
Yep, 4, 4, 6, and as you said, 5, and perhaps a bit of time left at 26 minutes, Mark. We'll see if they can add to that. But as you said, the coach would be very happy, Mark Watson, his first year in charge. And certainly after the one win last year, the Dogs are certainly up and about in season 2023. So umpire Raymond balls it up. One down by Fanning. First to get bet there when Lewis has a bit of a fumble. Swooping on it is Houlihan, this way and that, or perhaps held on the ball a bit longer. Yes, and umpire Raymond, free kick to go to Jack Lewis.
So Lewis, meantime, has gone forward. Woods, Davis presenting, going in hard. Umpire Raymond says play on, and eventually says I'll have it. 28-minute mark now. Convincing 72-point margin at the moment for the Dogs. Well on track at the moment for a top 3 finish. They'll just be at the moment aiming for finals and then continuing to push further up the ladder. So it's a free kick here for Houlihan. He's been good.
Yeah, he's fitted in very well, hasn't he? Sits crossing over from the Raiders. Of course, quality football, past male medalist. So
Davis looks like he's, Lewis lumping from the ground, so that's a big blow. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, a bit proppy. So Blackwood marking defence, not a lot on offer. High ball out towards Lewis, who probably doesn't well.
Oh, good spoil.
Banish stood under it. That good spoil by Houlihan over the top. So we'll have a throw in, and could be too much longer to go. As you can see, 28 minutes just checked over here. Onka Valley on their way to their 5th win of the season. Throw in. Ball hacked forward, bouncing ball coming to meet with Banish. Grabs it, feeds out the handball, misses the target, and young Wendell, whoa, he's bit pretty solidly by Clarissa. No harm done as the ball goes out in front of the Blackwood coaching staff. They really have had a pretty tough afternoon at the office. Really not in the game from the start as the final siren has sounded. That's where you wait Benny Goldfinch the opportunity to go out.
Yep.
So Benny will be. So final score, just rounding it out, an even 12-goal margin there of 72 points. 9-14 to 7-14. So comprehensive performance. By Onka Paringa Valley Bulldogs here this afternoon. As I said, the last 4 metres of Windy Hill back in 2019, but certainly have made up for that with a pretty emphatic margin and victory here this afternoon. As our intrepid man Benny Goldfinch, I tell you what, so let's rather him because I reckon that's probably dropped about 4 or 5 degrees here in this last quarter, so Benny might need that beanie himself, as you can see in the bottom of the screen, just circling for our recipient of the beanie and the Archies here this afternoon for an effective game performance. So post-mortems, Blackwood really just conceding at the start of the game and just were never really in it. Pate kicked the goal the first 45 seconds of the game and just set the tone for it. So without any further ado, it looks like he's grabbed his... They might have a cast of thousands in the background here as they come over. As we wait to just get in position here. So just bring him a bit closer. So without any further ado, the man with all the presents, and we'll see if he can fill in the big role once we cross down to Benny Goldfinch.
Yeah, Pistols got a back room here, having a little look. We're given the dartfish beanie and the size. We'll go, yeah, these should be right for you. Tice, there you go.
Thank you, cheers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Am I meant to talk or?
Well, yeah, right, you got him? Yep. Fantastic performance, kicking the goal in each of the quarters. First of the match, beautiful goal over here in the pocket. How'd you rate that, starting the forward line?
No, it was unreal. I've loved coming to the A grade. Start off in the Bs, and yeah, it's been good fun.
Now, I looked it up. You made your A grade debut a few years ago now?
Yeah. It's probably my third year since I debuted, but been in and out, but hopefully stay in.
How are you finding this year with the A grade, like that play there, crumbing off Jesse O'Brien, playing with those sorts of guys?
Yeah, it's unreal crumbing off those boys. Last year was a rough year. I don't know, it wasn't coming in there too much for a small forward, but yeah, love crumbing off those boys.
And how are you finding the new coach?
Yeah, he's heaps good, yeah. Been heaps good. Yeah.
And obviously aim is to finals and then maybe higher later in the year?
Yeah, hopefully finals, get a top 3 spot or something like that, and yeah.
Onka's lad born and bred through the juniors?
Yeah, I've played since under 8s, yeah, always been at Onka's, so yeah, loved it.
Good man, enjoy.
Awesome,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
Tyson Pake, there you go.
Thank you very much there to Benny Goldfinch and Tyson Pake, the winner of our most effective player on the ground here this afternoon. Why not go on every quarter? One job to do, Benny. I got the publicity shot. So anyway. So we're just preparing, teeing up a few around the ground final scores, so just bear with us here, trying to do a couple of things at once. I can tell you Mount Lofty have had a pretty good win over Mount Barker. Mount Lofty 17-11 have defeated Mount Lofty 6 goals 5. And well, Dave for big margins. Nan Bremer 28-24 had defeated the Iron Raiders 8-8. So in the small confines down there at Bridgewater Oval, the Rams are certainly shown their premiership credentials with a massive win. So we'll just wait and see if we can get a score in the final score from the Harndorf for Chunga game. But here, there's no doubt about it, it's been a emphatic victory for Onka Valley, 19-14 to 7-14. So 72-point margin or 12 straight goals. Speaking of goals, it's something...
Did I say take us through it? I'm not sure if I did, Pistols, did I?
No, I don't know. Solis, did he... no, I don't think he did, Penny.
Change things up a bit there.
I think it's trademarked. Can't use that line.
That's right.
Can you?
Good young talent.
Yes.
And great win for the Dogs.
It was a good... And yes, just building.
Harndorf 22-14 defeating Achunga 2-5.
So, as I said, we'll just take that one. Hahndorf 22-14 to Achunga 2-5. Nan Bremer 28-24, Benny, defeated Ironbank 8-8 down there in the small confines of Aztec Oval and Bridgewater, considering that was a ground they lost last year. And Mount Lofty 17-11 had defeated Mount Barker 6-5. So some pretty big margins when you throw in the 19-14 to 7-14 margin here today. A little bit of intermittent and showers, etc., inclement weather, but certainly some big scores in Hills Division 1 footy today. And of course, Blackwood would like to thank their sponsors, if you could get that back up again, Salish, too quick for me. Celebrations, and of course, Cattle Crash Repairs, Edenwood Autos, 40 years of sponsoring the Woods, and also Wood Tech, who got the naming rights sponsors here this afternoon and this season. And also for Onka Valley, well, they'll be barking tonight. Closey's Supermarket, the Oakbank Hotel. Ring up the heading boys and tell them there'll be a happy throng there later. And, of course, Resource Co. And we thank them very much for their sponsorship of the Bulldogs. So, just in the final wash-up, Benny, just your thoughts. I think, as you said to young Tyson Pate, Benny Gold in the first 45 seconds might have set the tone.
Yes.
But just quickly, 4-goal forward to 6 points at quarter time. Then
got a bit of a bake, didn't they, at quarter time, the Woods?
It didn't do them much good. 8, 9 to 10 points at half time.
Well, and I think, though, the message at half time got through. They kicked 4 goals in that third term, but big blow, obviously, with T going off with the hamstring issues, already entering the match with Harry Deruta injured as well. But Blackwood, I mean, yeah, just... how many kicked in the final quarter? 3 pistols, couple to Spawn. He gave everything he had. I thought Davis presented all right in the forward line. But yeah, the Dogs, impressive response after they lost to Nambrema United last Saturday. We're on camera here. Nambrema United last week, and they've obviously got Hahndorf next Saturday in the top 3 clash. Let's see where they're at there.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we said, Bremer having a big win today. Also the Raiders and Onka. So the top 3 or 4 sides at Mount Lofty. So it's starting to get a little bit of a gap here as we head towards the mid-season break. One more round before the...
Is the top 5 set, Pistols?
Well, it could possibly be. If we just have a
Get
look
the
here,
final siren here.
on there. Just take
So
us through going into this...
Take us through it.
Going
Oh, maybe
into
it's
this
not
round?
set. It might be sort of set. Hahndorf were top, Nambrema United were second, Onka Valley were third, Mount Lofty were fourth, Uradla were fifth, and Lobethal was sixth. So
obviously the top 3, 4 sides won, so that stays
that's
the same.
right. That Uradla Lobethal match today is obviously important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, great win for the Dogs. As Jaden J. Hill had outlined in his stats pistol, it hasn't been the most happiest place to come to in the last 26 meetings. Previously, Blackwood had won 18 of the previous 26 clashes since 2010, and head-to-head at Blackwood in 11 meetings since 2010, it was 9-2. So that's the 3rd win for Onkers at Blackwood since 2010.
As I said, the first one since 2019. So long time between drinks for the Doggies, but they certainly made up for it today in emphatic fashion. And just the way they finished off, 8 goals in the first half, and they finished off with another 11. So as a coach, new coach Mark Watts, he'd be pretty happy with that, what's he seen so far. Of course, they had a few players out. Housel was out. And
The big ruckman?
Potts. Yeah, Liam Potts, the ruckman, who we saw in the first round. Actually, you could notice the difference in the improvement in Onkers. We saw them in round 1, the night game against Mount Barker. They were pretty impressive that night, but I just think that they're gelling together a bit more as a team, aren't they?
Yes, a good spread of goal kickers today as well, Pistols. So,
yes.
Where are we next Saturday?
Well, next week, big
is Jaden
game.
back?
Big game. We return to
A couple of dogs out in the oval there.
Dogs of the days out here. To late entries for dog of the day. Magpies of the day. Out here. Bird life. Got it all.
It's all
just
happening.
on the verge of the forest here. Blackwood Forest, so it's just Benny.
Beautiful.
Next week we're journeying out to the Valley of Praise, which could become a very important game. Mount Lofty a big win today. And as I said, we haven't got the Lobethal result. The defending champion just been a little bit consistent at stages this season. So that's a big game out there because bearing in mind last time we saw them out there, they got pants pretty easy by Nan Bremer. So, big game for both
And then the week after that's Interleague.
Yeah, and then after that, the week after is Interleague, River Murray versus Hills, and also Riverland versus the Hills Division 2. So plenty of football still to come over the next few weeks.
Terrific.
Fantastic. All right, well, that just about wraps it up here. I tell you, the temperature's dropped a little bit, and must say, some very nice work here.
Thank you very much. Got it
run
from
us through this, and
Lamb's
sheep
Wall.
we're injured in the making of that.
Yeah, I don't know where it was got, but it's very warm. Pistols.
Looks like a World War II bomber
Yeah,
pilot's
might be.
stuff, eh?
And thanks very much to James. He's been
James
in the rain
is brave.
upstairs.
He's just about to head down. It's brave, as he does every week, but particularly when winter comes, you got to feel for him. But he's always complaining, but he puts up with it, doesn't he?
And Salish, thanks you to you. Sensational as always.
Work,
Tommy here, all the gang. And just a reminder, if you're tuned into Lofty 88.9 FM, make sure you tune in from 5 o'clock. There's a new show starting up, Pistols, called Lofty Lounge.
Lofty Lounge. We just love that. So.
Someone good vocals.
So we must thank Call the Wild, as we do every week, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, HFL sponsors, Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End, Sports Power, Sharon, the Courier Newspaper, Rostow Homes, Think Road Safety, and of course Sports Centre. So about their valuable support, none of this would happen. And as you said, Benny, we must thank our loyal audience, our worldwide stream. Once again, we apologise for a little bit of audio, what would you call it, atmospheric conditions today. Sort of played a little bit of havoc, but the second half it was back to being pristine as usual. Our man from Kathmandu, good work by you. Once again, Benny, thank you very much for your input, and great work out there. I tell you what, Jaden might have to beg, borrow and steal to get his spot back to take me through it. So anyway, as I said, next week we'll see.
I'll get some good text messages in here. People liked it, so that's good.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good. All right, without further ado, I think we might head to somewhere a bit warmer. Although this is probably like the normal temperature back where you're from, Salish, eh? Yeah, used to it. He's been running around in shorts, I reckon, back in Nepal. But anyway, that's the way it is. All right, until we talk again next week, Jeff Pistola signing off on behalf of the Call of the Wild team. Don't forget the Huddle on 88.9 FM on Wednesday night. So until we talk again, keep chasing your goals, and bye for now.